Best Song Motion Picture category.
Natu in RRR. Accepting the award is M.M. Keeravani.
Director Rajamouli's Natu Natu secured 9 more nominations, winning 5 among them.
For this writing team, they win their Golden Globe tonight for their music and lyrics.
Just a few days after the Golden Globe Award, the energetic song bagged the Critics' Choice Awards. Natu Natu defeated big names like Rihanna, Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift to secure this win. In February, the song won accolade yet again at the Hollywood Critics Association Awards, defeating Billie Eilish and Doja Cat. Rajamouli's RRR also secured a win in the Best International Film at the HAC Awards and several other categories.
First of all, it humbles me that I get love from so many people who think great things about me and my film. I think I can just be humbled by that love.
Natu Natu.
With so many wins against industry bigwigs, Natu Natu has the odds stacked in its favor for the much-awaited Oscars.
They win their Golden Globe.
With a strong first quarter of 2023 in terms of critical praise in the awards circuit, Natu Natu has paved a firm path for itself. An Academy Award win will add a feather to the glorious laurel. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, about to coming up on the silent dock for Liquorgate, a K Kavita quiz for 9 hours and summoned again on March 16th. Two deaths, over 400 cases reported, big alarm over H3N2 influenza.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल.
जी.
आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम.
यस.
किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है. करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, वेदर इट्स कुंग फू, वेदर इट्स अदर मार्शल आर्ट्स दैट यू हैव लर्नड सो मेनी. शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था. वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज. हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में. एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल. देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर. और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी. एंड each and every part of my body was paining. It was crying. मसल्स वाज सोर, मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं एंड देन यू स्टार्ट स्पेशल फोर्सेस, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस। किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी
Viewers, welcome back. You're watching, we're live and breaking right now this Sunday, and an encounter has broken out with some miscreants in UP. A miscreant identified as Muhammad Hasim was shot in the leg. The rest of the miscreants have been identified as Muhammad Hussain, Johnny alias Rishabh, and Abhay. All of them have been arrested. Here's more.
A late-night encounter broke out between miscreants and police in Uttar Pradesh's Mainpuri. According to the police officials, the accused were involved in multiple incidents of thefts in various districts of the state. The police and the local administration swung into action after they got inputs about the presence of the miscreants in the area. Notably, SP Vinod Kumar and ASP Rajesh Kumar reached the spot of the encounter after getting the information. Post-encounter, the rest of the miscreants identified as Muhammad Hussain, Johnny alias Rishabh, Kalam and Abhay have been arrested.
यहाँ पर मौके से 2 मोटरसाइकिल बरामद हुई है, 5 से अवैध असलहे बरामद हुए हैं, भारी मात्रा में कारतूस बरामद हुए हैं। इसके अलावा इन्होंने इनके कब्जे से कुछ ज्वेलरी मिली है।
Meanwhile, the injured accused has been admitted to the hospital. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. 2 deaths over 400 cases reported. Big alarm over H3N2 influenza.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो।
सर, इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम।
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स
बिल्कुल
जी।
आपकी फौज में भी यही है, डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू। आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना। यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग। सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से।
I see there are 2 pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpal. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpal?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned so many. शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज। हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड my each and every part of my body was paining, it was crying, muscles were sore। मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLA's son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLAs. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस। किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वाज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी। अच्छा। टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो। जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा, एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, they get the best, I have no problem.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो।
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, पूरा
मार्शल आर्ट्स।
बिल्कुल जी। आपकी फौज में भी यही है, डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू। आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना, यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट।
Hi friends, welcome to the Gaurav Arya show. I have a very special guest. Today, a person who's dedicated his life to martial arts. आप भी सोचते होंगे ना मैं कैसे कैसे गेस्ट लेकर आता हूं, लेकिन हाँ, you have to listen to this guy's story. It's an amazing story of a young man who leaves everything, who sells everything and goes off to China to train in Kung Fu and other martial arts as well. Shifu Kanishka.
Thank you.
बहुत बहुत स्वागत है ऐसे ही करते हैं ना बिल्कुल.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल.
दिस इज हाउ इट इज डन, राइट?
Yeah, that's
मैंने
how
तो
it is.
मूवीज में देखा है, लेकिन आपने एक्चुअल शाओलिन देखा. आपकी कहानी क्या है? ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, वेदर इट्स कुंग फू, वेदर इट्स अदर मार्शल आर्ट्स दैट यू हैव लर्नड सो मेनी, ये शुरुआत आपकी कहां से हुई?
नटशेल में मेरा ड्राइवर रिस्पॉन्सिबल था इसके लिए. ही वाज अ मार्शल आर्ट्स फैनेटिक. उसने मुझे मूवी दिखाई 36 चेंबर ऑफ शाओलिन. एक दिन
मैंने भी देखी कई बार.
हाँ, कई बार. मेरे फादर आए एंड ऐसी बात चल रही थी ना, सो आई टोल्ड हिम आई वांट टू बी अ शाओलिन monk. He started laughing. शायद उनको पता नहीं होगा कि आगे जाके उनका बेटा यही करने वाला था.
अच्छा.
एंड दैट्स फ्रॉम वेयर इट स्टार्टेड. So my driver put me into martial arts class. Karate was the first martial arts which I learned. फिर I trained into a Iranian style kung fu, जिसे kung fu तो कहते हैं. मैंने अपना कलरी पैड भी किया और उसके बाद मैं MBA करने चला गया यूरोप. करके आया, फिर 1 साल मैंने नौकरी की एंड passing of my father plays a very important role in me leaving for Shaolin.
Okay. So after your father's passing, which must have been very traumatic, and I'm sure it's for everybody who's lost a parent, उसके बाद आपकी जर्नी शुरू होती है और आप कहते हैं कि नहीं यार, मुझे तो जाना है. और मुझे जो सोर्स है इसका, हम सब तो यही समझते हैं जिनको मार्शल आर्ट्स की नॉलेज नहीं है, लेकिन जो भी थोड़ा बहुत मूवीज में देखा है, पढ़ा लिखा है, इट इज अंडरस्टूड दैट एटलीस्ट फॉर कुंग फू एंड चाइनीज मार्शल आर्ट्स,
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल,
शाओलिन इज द सोर्स.
बिल्कुल.
तो आप पहुंचते हैं शाओलिन कैसे पहुंच गए आप?
जो मैंने बोला कि वो फैसिनेशन मूवी से स्टार्ट हुआ.
अच्छा.
एंड देन उसके बाद जब मैं रिलायंस में था, मैंने अपनी रिसर्च की, कहाँ जाना है, कैसे जाना है. अब तो पैसा नहीं था उतना, सो आई रिजाइंड. नौकरी छोड़ी, मारुति 800 थी, बेच दी, सोने की चेन बेच दी, जो भी मेरे पोस्ट ऑफिस में, बैंक में पैसा था, सारा मैंने कलेक्ट कर लिया. एंड मैंने अपनी माँ को बोला कि मैं जा रहा हूँ. एंड शी वॉज इन अटर शॉक बिकॉज मैं 13वीं के बाद गया था, 13 दिन बाद.
अच्छा.
शी वॉज इन अटर स्टेट ऑफ शॉक कि फादर की डेथ हुई है. एंड ये मैं इसलिए किया क्योंकि मेरे फादर ने मुझको मरने से पहले जो लाइन बोली थी ना, ऑलवेज डू समथिंग विच यू लव डूइंग एंड मेक योर पैशन एज योर प्रोफेशन एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स विल फॉलो.
फिर बोझ नहीं लगता ना?
नहीं,
फिर बोझ नहीं लगता. फिर लगता है कि हाँ यार, ये तो इसमें मजा आ रहा है.
हाँ, तो वो लव और पैशन मेरा हो गया प्रोफेशन. प्रॉब्लम क्या है सर, इंडिया में लोग 6 दिन काम करते हैं,
हाँ,
वीकेंड में अपना पैशन ढूंढते हैं.
करेक्ट.
आई एम लिविंग माई पैशन 24 hours फॉर लास्ट सो मेनी ईयर्स.
मैं आपको बताता हूँ, यू नो, मैंने तो आपको वैसे नहीं देखा, बट
हाँ.
वैसे I'd seen you on TV and other things, and मैंने YouTube में भी शायद कभी देखा था. दोस्तों मैं बताता हूँ, मैं शिफू कनिष्क से पहली बार मिला था. आई मेट हिम इन SFTS, स्पेशल फोर्सेस ट्रेनिंग स्कूल. नाहन है वहाँ पे, 1 पैरा SF भी है और वहाँ पे SFTS ट्रेनिंग स्कूल भी है. तो मैंने देखा कि ये नोएडा वासी वहाँ पे इंडियन आर्मी की पैरा SF को ट्रेन कर रहे हैं. तो फिर मैंने इनसे बातचीत करी, पता लगा अच्छा आप यहाँ पे हैं, मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, ये सब हमारी बातचीत थी. अब इनसे बात करते हैं कि शाओलिन कितना टफ था. फिर मैं फौज पे आता हूँ
जी.
शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था. अगर आप देखें कि हिंदुस्तान में जैसे आप अपने बच्चे को या किसी को भी ट्रेनिंग के लिए भेजें तो हफ्ते में 3 दिन 4 दिन 1 घंटा 2 घंटा मैक्सिमम. उसके बाद वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज़. हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था, 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में. एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल. देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 hour. और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी और नीचे लगी होती थी अगरबत्ती कि आप जल जाओ, नीचे बैठो, और पीछे से टीचर डंडा लेके खड़ा होता था. खड़े हो गए तो डंडा. हाँ, सर एकदम बहुत पड़े हैं हमको. और उसके बाद तो आप इमेजिन करिए, आप हफ्ते के 6 दिन इस तरीके से. और बंक बेड में सोता था, कोई लग्जरी वो नहीं था. तो ऐसा बंक बेड था, वो से सेपरेट नहीं थे, वो एक था, उसमें फट्टा था, उसमें कम से कम 10 लोग एक साथ सोते थे, एक की टांग दूसरे के ऊपर. सो इट वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी, यू नो. थोड़ा पैम्पर्ड था लाइफ में, यू नो. ऑल 4 जनरेशंस ऑफ जर्नलिस्ट, सब कुछ हाथ में मिला. और फिर चला गया अपनी जिद में. फिर वहाँ जाके वो कहते हैं ना, वो आटे भाव का भाव पता चल गया, भाव पता चल गया. सब कुछ लाइफ में, खाना अलग, भाषा अलग, यू नो, ट्रेनिंग. एंड माई ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ माई बॉडी वॉज पेनिंग, इट वॉज क्राइंग, मसल्स वॉज सोर. मतलब उस वक्त में कॉम्बी फ्लेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्लेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं.
अरे
इतनी बुरी. बट दैट ट्रेनिंग चेंज मी. ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट ना सा माइंड ओवर मैटर जो आपकी फौज में होता है कि गोली लगने के बाद भी आप लोग लड़ते हैं देश के लिए, वो कोई सिविलियन वो समझ नहीं सकता. क्या हम लोग घर बैठ के ताली बजा देते हैं? हम यहाँ बैठे हैं क्योंकि आप लोग वहाँ खड़े हुए हैं. ये सच है. ये लोग, बहुत लोग ये डायलॉग बोलते हैं, बट इट इज़ ट्रू. आप लोग हट जाएं तो फिर आप किसी सिविलियन को भेजिए बंदूक पकड़ा के. एक कान के पास से जब गोली निकलती है ना, तब पता चलता है. तो वो फिटनेस से भी ज़्यादा ऊपर ना जो यहाँ पे चाहिए ना वो देता है शाओलिन।
ये यू नो वन ऑफ आवर इंस्ट्रक्टर्स यूज्ड टू से दैट ताकत ना यहाँ पे नहीं होती, यहाँ पे होती है। सो ये बड़ा पुराना फौजी डायलॉग है। एंड दिस आई वाज मेंशनिंग बिफोर द शूट आल्सो ना, जैसे ब्रूस ली ने बोला था कि इट्स मैंने कोई ब्रूस ली की डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखी थी, इफ इट ऑन यूट्यूब आई सॉ वेयर ही सेज दैट यू नो द रियल स्ट्रेंथ इज हियर एंड यू से नो कि इट्स द माइंड, मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ इज he said mental strength is this thing, you know, more powerful than physical strength. मैंने ब्रूस ली का एक saying सुनी थी। अच्छा एक बात बताइए, फिर आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस and जितनी भी special forces हैं, किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने का?
सर मैं उनको अपने एल्डर ब्रदर की तरह मानता हूँ एंड ही इज रिटायर्ड नाउ एंड कर्नल साहा। तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR। उन्होंने शायद इस यंग पर्सन में कुछ देखा और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी।
अच्छा।
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुखरी ट्रेन करो, बिकॉज ही न्यू आई वॉज वेरी गुड एट इट। तो मैं वहाँ से ट्रेन करके उनको आया, फिर मैंने नोएडा पुलिस स्टार्ट की। समहाउ जो मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा, बिकॉज सर अनआर्म्ड कॉम्बैट एक्चुअली अगर आप तो फौजी हैं, अनआर्म्ड कुछ होता ही नहीं है आपके फौज में, एवरीथिंग इज आर्म्ड। सो मेरा कहना ये है कि मैं किसी मार्शल आर्ट्स के बारे में बुरा नहीं बोल रहा। जैसे हर चीज़, पानी का अपना महत्व है, कॉफ़ी का अपना महत्व है, खाने का अपना महत्व है, इसी तरह फौज के लिए मार्शल आर्ट्स एक बहुत स्पेशलाइज्ड कोर्स है। आप विद अ कमांडो लोड, विद अ गन, विद अ स्लिंग, विद अ पिट्ठू, आप वो नहीं कर सकते जो आप MMA केज में करते हो। आप हाई किक्स नहीं मार सकते। आप अगर अपने कमांडोज को बेयरफुट ट्रेनिंग कराते हो और काता कराते हो, वो कौन सी जगह काता करने वाला है? यू नो, ही विल बी फाइटिंग विद ऑल द लोड्स, सो ही शुड बी ट्रेन्ड थ्रू आउट विद द कमांडो लोड एंड ही शुड बी ट्रेन्ड फर्स्ट टू फाइट विद हिज गन, देन टू फाइट विद अ गन जिसका चेंबर अटक जाए, यू कैन यूज दैट एज अ वेपन। और जब कुछ नहीं हो देन ही फाइट्स विद द नाइफ विच इज अ थर्ड वेपन। और जब नाइफ नहीं हो तब एम्प्टी हैंड आना चाहिए। बल्कि आप जो फौज में जो पहले से ट्रेनिंग चल रही थी वो उल्टी चल रही थी अगर आप देखें तो जी। वो मैंने चेंज किया। तो आई वेंट टू फिलीपींस एंड आई गॉट द सिस्टम कॉल्ड पिकीरी टर्शिया काली, जिसका नाम ही है क्लोज क्वार्टर किलिंग।
ये SF वाले वही तो करते हैं?
हाँ जी सर। वो मैंने इंडिया में इंट्रोड्यूस
किया। मुझे सिर्फ काली याद है। हाँ। मुझे पूरा कभी मैं प्रोनाउंस नहीं कर पाता।
इसका भी कनेक्शन इंडिया से है। काली इज इंडियन गॉडेस ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शन।
अच्छा।
फिलीपींस वाज रूल्ड बाय द इंडियन श्री विजयन एम्पायर फॉर अ लॉन्ग ईयर, सो दे फॉलोड द फिलॉसफी ऑफ काली।
अच्छा, तो विजयनगर एम्पायर?
हाँ, श्री विजयन एम्पायर। सो कालिस इन फिलीपींस मींस ब्लेड, बिकॉज जो उनकी लैंग्वेज है बबायन इज फ्रॉम संस्कृत। जैसे हम लोग बोलते साबुन, दे से सबून, हम लोग बोलते तौलिया, जैसे तौलिया। तो अगर आपको बहुत सिमिलैरिटी मिलेगी उस कल्चर में।
अच्छा अच्छा।
हाँ, तो कालिस इज ब्लेड। तो वो पिकीरी टर्शिया काली इज फॉलोड इन मोर देन 70 कंट्रीज एंड इन 70 कंट्रीज, स्पेशली इन आर्म फोर्सेस, ऑल इलीट SF, यू नो, काउंटर टेरर फोर्सेस। वो मैं इंडिया में लेके आया, वो मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया। उसके बाद रिसेंटली मैं लेके आया सर इंडिया रैपिड असॉल्ट टैक्टिक्स, जो आपके डेव ग्रू हैं, सील टीम 6 वो फॉलो करती थी। सो आई वेंट टू पॉल वुनाक, हु इज अ सेकंड जनरेशन स्टूडेंट ऑफ ब्रूस ली।
Okay.
So I am his official instructor head for India. वो मैंने पैरा SF में और आपके 52 SAG में इंट्रोड्यूस किया।
ये एंटी हाईजैक वाले?
हाँ, काउंटर हाईजैक सर।
काउंटर हाईजैक वाले।
तो इस तरीके से मैं शाओलिन इंडिया पहली बार लेके आया, पिकीटी इंडिया लेके आया, रैट इंडिया लेके आया मैं।
I have my coursemate, you know, पैरा SF का, जब उसने पहली बार ये something काली, तो मुझे काली याद रहा जी। Then he says कि this is what we do, and then उसने बोला और उसके बाद वो बोल के तो भूल गया। So then I met you in नाहन ना, जब मैंने आपको देखा नाहन में, वो पैरा SF वालों को आप ट्रेन कर रहे थे, ये वो किक्स पता नहीं क्या क्या नहीं चल रहा था, नाइफ ट्रेन और ये सब चल रहा था वहाँ पे।
आप विजिट पे आए थे?
हाँ, then I तो नाहन पे। अच्छा, so आपने मूवीज में भी करा है ना?
जी सर।
तो आप शुरू में मूवी का ब्रेक, एक तो आपने दूरदर्शन वाली स्टोरी बनाई थी, आपने बताया था मुझे कि दूरदर्शन में करा था, लेकिन बॉलीवुड में कैसे एंट्री हुई?
सर क्रेडिट गोज टू नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक। तो वो 7 डेडली आर्ट्स विद अक्षय कुमार एक प्रोग्राम आया था, जो इंडियन वर्जन था 7 डेडली आर्ट्स का, जो NGC की बहुत बड़ी सीरीज थी। तो उसमें उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि आप अक्षय कुमार को ट्रेन करिए।
अच्छा।
इन शाओलिन कुंफू एंड इन मुए थाई एंड अदर थिंग। तो मैंने उनके लिए शो स्क्रिप्ट भी किया, एपिसोड्स उनको हेल्प की। वो शो बहुत बड़ा हिट हो गया। और उसके बाद एक दिन मैं GK में मेरा स्टूडियो था सर, मैं वहाँ सिखा रहा था। तो मुझे फ़ोन आया है, सर हाई कैन आई स्पीक टू कनिष्क? तो मैंने कहा हाँ जी बोल रहा हूँ। सर हाई दिस इज़ फरहान। तो मैंने फ़ोन काट दिया, मुझे लगा कि कोई प्रैंक मार रहा है मेरे ऊपर। 2 मिनट बाद फिर से फ़ोन आया, सर दिस इज़ फरहान अख्तर स्पीकिंग। तो मैंने कहा अच्छा लगता है सीरियस है।
अच्छा सीरियस है।
हाँ, देन ही सेड कि हम डॉन के लिए ऐसे ऐसे कर रहे हैं एंड वी नीड समवन जिसको मल्टीपल मार्शल आर्ट्स आते हैं, बिकॉज नाउ आई थिंक आई एम द ओनली इंडियन हु स्पेशलाइज इन 8 डिफरेंट मार्शल आर्ट्स।
Which are these?
सो ऑब्वियसली आई डोंट काउंट जो मैं प्रैक्टिस नहीं करता, तो मैं वो नहीं बोलूँगा। सो शाओलिन कुंफू, विंग चुंग, पिकीरी टर्शिया काली, बलिंतवाक, सैन मिगेल एस्क्रीमा, ताई ची एंड मुay thai छैया, which is followed by the bodyguards of the king of Thailand. तो
Muay Thai?
Yeah, मुay छैया.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, Muay Thai is a sports.
Muay Thai is sports.
छैया was followed by the bodyguards of the king to protect him.
अच्छा ये इसके भी मैंने मूवी देखी। अच्छा मैंने सारी मूवीज देखी हैं।
हाँ।
आई हैव नॉट मूव्ड अ मसल इन माय लाइफ
हाँ।
अपार्ट फ्रॉम ट्रेनिंग एंड इन द फौज, बट दिस आई हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ एल्बोज एंड
Yes, हाँ जी सर।
ये करके।
हाँ, so close quarters, तो इट फॉर डिस्ट्रैक्शन। और रैपिड असॉल्ट टैक्टिक्स जो मैंने आपको बताया।
अच्छा
तो ये 8 मार्शल आर्ट्स में इंडिया में लेके आए हैं। आई एम द वन हु गॉट देम इन इंडिया।
अच्छा सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग नाउ? आजकल किसको ट्रेन कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं?
सर
आपका स्कूल है उत्तराखंड में?
हाँ सर, एक्चुअली लास्ट मैंने डिस्कवरी के लिए प्रोजेक्ट किया था।
अच्छा।
ये इंडियाज अल्टीमेट वॉरियर विद विद्युत, सो आई वाज वन ऑफ द मेंटर फॉर दैट। तो उनका शो किया था एंड वो मैं बात आपकी कंप्लीट कर देता हूँ पहले। तो वो उसके बाद मेरे को डॉन मिली, शाहरुख ने बुलाया।
अच्छा।
हाँ, तो ही आस्क्ड मी टू कोरियोग्राफ। फिर वो सिलसिला सर मूवीज़ का चालू हो गया। फिर मैंने कपल ऑफ फिल्म्स की, 24 सीजन 1, माधुरी दीक्षित के लिए गुलाब गैंग, अभिषेक। सो आई वर्क विद ऑल द स्टार्स। सो मैं अपनी मर्जी से करता हूँ, बट नाउ डेज आई फोकस ऑन 2 थिंग्स सर। एक मेरा अपना रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल है, which is India's first residential martial arts school, which is called School of Combative Arts. वो नैनीताल में पंगौट के पास। तो वहाँ पे आई हैव अ कैपेसिटी ऑफ 45 to 50 people to stay and eat. वो बनाया मैंने इसलिए था बिकॉज ताकि सिविलियंस या फौजी लोग जो मेरे से ट्रेनिंग करना चाहते हैं, दे कैन एक्चुअली कम स्टे विद मी देयर एंड ट्रेन। तो मैं भी वहीं रहता हूँ अपने स्कूल में, और कोई भी आके, जैसे अभी आए हुए हैं लॉट ऑफ फॉरनर्स देयर स्टेइंग।
अच्छा।
तो वो है। प्लस आई ट्रैवल अ लॉट सर। मेरी आई हैव माय ब्रांचेस इन स्वीडन, US, कनाडा, थाईलैंड, हांगकांग। सो आई हैव ब्रांच्ड आउट, सो दे आर माय ऑफिशियल ब्रांचेस। सो आई ट्रैवल अ लॉट।
सो इट्स ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड?
या, इट्स ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड। और मेरी अपनी कंपनी है सर, के कॉम्बैटिव ट्रेनिंग एंड कंसल्टेंसी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, व्हिच गिव्स ट्रेनिंग।
अच्छा एक बात बताइए ना, आई वाज टॉकिंग टू इजरायली, सो दे हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड क्राव मागा।
हाँ जी सर।
हाउ इज दैट? मैंने देखा है दूर से, बट यू आर द एक्सपर्ट, आप बता पाएंगे बेहतर।
सर दोनों मार्शल आर्ट्स, जैसे एक आप हैं एक मैं हैं, दोनों लोग एक ही चीज़ करते हैं, तरीका अलग है जाने का। क्राव मागा इज़ मोर एम्प्टी हैंड ओरिएंटेड सिस्टम विच इज़ बेस्ड ऑन सेल्फ डिफेंस, कि कोई अगर चाकू से मारे तो मैं बचाऊंगा। वेयर एज काली इज़ अ ब्लेड बेस्ड सिस्टम। फिलीपींस में सर 80% किलिंग इज डन बाय नाइफ। इट्स वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डेंजरस कंट्री टू ट्रैवल।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मेरे ऊपर भी स्टैबिंग हो चुकी है।
वो कौन था बेचारा जो आपके सामने
हाँ सर,
स्टैबिंग करना है?
वो मरा वो। बट आई ऑलवेज कॉल दिस नाइफ फाइट, बी रेडी टू गेट कट।
हाँ।
मैं बच गया। ही गॉट नॉक्ड आउट। इट इज ईयर्स ऑफ ट्रेनिंग विच हैपन, बट नॉनदलेस वी स्टार्ट विद ब्लेड्स, देन वी गो टू एम्प्टी हैंड। और जो हम नाइफ से करते हैं वही हम हाथ से करते हैं, तो हमको 2 चीज़ नहीं सीखनी पड़ती। अभी क्या होता है जनरल मार्शल आर्ट्स में, आप पहले एम्प्टी हैंड सीखते हो, फिर आखिरी में आपको वेपन सिखाते हैं। बट ये फौज के लिए गड़बड़ है। फौज का काम ही वेपन है, इसलिए काली ज़्यादा सूट करता है मुझे लगता है, बिकॉज वी स्टार्ट इमीडिएटली विद द वेपन्स जो वो इस्तेमाल करते हैं, एंड देन यू गो टू एम्प्टी हैंड्स।
काली इज ब्लेड बेस्ड?
या, ब्लेड बेस्ड सिस्टम। एंड द ब्लेड, सो इफ यू हैव अ ब्लेड इन योर हैंड and you go 1 and 2, so in empty hand you also do the same thing. So you don't have to learn two different method. Yeah, so you just transfer immediately.
You're saying the motion is similar?
Yeah, ball pen है तो भी आप ऐसे ही चलाएंगे, मोबाइल फोन है तो भी आप ऐसे ही चलाएंगे।
क्या हमारी ऑडियंस को आइडियाज दे रहे हैं?
नहीं,
बच्चे बोलेंगे
विमेन सेफ्टी,
obviously.
हाँ, so दोनों अच्छे हैं। मैं कभी किसी चीज़ को बुरा नहीं बोलता, बट दोनों की अपनी जगह। आजकल तो फौज दोनों सीखते हैं, क्राव मागा भी सीखती है, काली भी सीखती है। तो as long as our soldiers are safe,
हाँ जी,
they get the best, I have no problems.
हाँ, अच्छा मेरा आपसे एक और सवाल है ना कि I would like to take you back to Shaolin.
हाँ जी सर।
मेरा एक खुद मेंटल फैसिनेशन है
जी।
अच्छा, हम दोनों ने एक ही पिक्चर देखी।
हाँ जी।
ठीक है।
हाँ जी।
आप शाओलिन चले गए, मैं नोएडा आ गया, ठीक है ना, ये बस ये फर्क है। ठीक है ना, बाकी सब ऐसे है। पिक्चर 36 चेंबर ऑफ शाओलिन मैंने कितनी बार देखी होगी, आई डोंट रिमेंबर। सो इट्स अ फैसिनेटिंग थिंग। हाउ क्लोज इज दैट मूवी टू रियल लाइफ?
सर ट्रेनिंग बहुत टफ है, बट जो उसमें चेंबर्स थे वो अब नहीं है, बिकॉज शाओलिन टेम्पल बर्न हुआ था, जल गया था, दोबारा रिकंस्ट्रक्ट हुआ।
पर एक जमाने में चेंबर्स होते थे।
हाँ थे, पहले, ओके उसके बाद वो सदर्न शाओलिन बना उसके बाद, तो दे नाउ दे आर 5 शाओलिन टेम्पल्स, बिकॉज जब वो जला तो डिफरेंट मंक्स ट्रैवल टू डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, क्वांजाओ में एक है, फुजियन में एक शाओलिन टेम्पल है, बट हेनान का मेन शाओलिन टेम्पल,
हेनान वाला ओरिजिनल है,
ओरिजिनल शाओलिन टेम्पल है, नॉर्दर्न शाओलिन, वी कॉल द नॉर्दर्न फीट एंड द सदर्न हैंड्स।
अच्छा,
तो जो विंगचुंग है वो भी शाओलिन से निकला है, बट इट्स अ क्लोज क्वार्टर, और लोग कंफ्यूज कर जाते हैं। एक्चुअली विंगचुंग वाज अ सिस्टम व्हिच वाज बेस्ड ऑन अ विमेन, इट वाज टॉट टू एनजीमुई वाज अ शाओलिन नन, जिसने ये सिस्टम दिया एक लड़की को, जिसको एक लोकल लैंडलॉर्ड तंग करता था, जबरदस्ती शादी करना चाहता था, तो इस शाओलिन मंक ने, लेडी थी, उसने इस लड़की को सिखाया।
अच्छा।
और जब उस लड़की ने उस आदमी को हरा दिया, तो उसने एक दिन पूछा कि आपने मुझे क्या सिखाया, तो शी सेड जस्ट गिव योर नेम। तो उस लड़की का नाम था विंगचुंग, उसने अपना नाम दे दिया विंगचुंग कुंफू, वहाँ से वो फेमस हुआ। सो बहुत अच्छी चीज़, इससे एक चीज़ समझ आती है दैट मार्शल आर्ट्स इज़ नॉट अबाउट अ स्ट्रॉन्गर गाय टू बुली अ वीकर गाय, इट्स अबाउट अ वीकर पर्सन टू बी एबल टू डिफेंड हिमसेल्फ अगेंस्ट अ स्ट्रॉन्गर मैन। और सबसे बढ़िया चीज़ जो सर आपने बोली, माइंड, द बिगेस्ट वेपन इन लाइफ विच आई हैव लर्नड इन मार्शल आर्ट्स इज योर टंग। व्हेन टू स्पीक, वेयर टू स्पीक, हाउ टू स्पीक, कब कहाँ कैसे किससे क्या बात करनी है, यह आपको लड़ाई करने से भी बचाती है और लाइफ में बहुत प्रॉब्लम से भी बचाती है।
तो ये जो आप मार्शल आर्ट्स की बात कर रहे हैं, व्हेन टू स्पीक, हाउ टू स्पीक, इन फ्रंट ऑफ whom टू स्पीक, हाउ मच टू स्पीक, ये तो नॉर्मल लाइफ लेसन्स
नहीं सर, लाइफ लेसन तो है,
हाँ।
लेकिन जो ट्रेनिंग आपकी आर्मी में होती है,
हाँ।
जो हम लोग शाओलिन में करते हैं,
हाँ।
टू हैव दैट कंट्रोल ओवर बॉडी एंड माइंड,
हाँ।
वो ट्रेनिंग से आता है सर।
वो तो
अदरवाइज
है।
गुस्सा और हाथ छोड़ना तो आजकल कॉमन हो गया है,
हाँ।
कि एक आदमी ने गाली दी, मैंने दूसरी गाली दी, मैंने हाथ छोड़ दिया।
हाँ।
बट ये ट्रेनिंग कि मुझे पता है कि मैं कितना उस आदमी को पेन दे सकता हूँ,
हाँ।
और उसके बाद आई विल चूज नॉट टू गिव दैट पेन टू दैट पर्सन, मेक्स मी अ बेटर। सो वी आर कॉल्ड फाइटिंग जेंटलमैन।
एक्सप्लेन दिस टू मी।
ओके, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ ही अब्यूजेस मी,
हाँ।
आई विल गिव यू अ वेरी कॉमन एग्जाम्पल जो मैं सब बच्चों को देता हूँ। 2 ईंट लीजिए, मार दीजिए,
हाँ।
टूट जाएंगे?
टूट जाएंगे।
एक कॉटन का इतना बड़ा सैक ले लीजिए और ईंट ले लीजिए, अब आप रुई को ईंट पे मारो, ईंट को रुई में मारो, रुई को कुछ नहीं होता सर। मोबाइल लीजिए, ज़मीन पे गिराइए, मोबाइल टूट जाएगा, वही मोबाइल को आप सोफे में गिराएंगे, वो बाउंस कर जाएगा।
हाँ।
दैट इज़ द रिलेशनशिप। आप मेरे बड़े भाई हैं,
हाँ।
आपको मेरे पे गुस्सा आया, आपने मुझे गाली दी, मैंने आपको थप्पड़ मार दिया, आप मुझे 4 थप्पड़ और मारेंगे,
हाँ।
और मगर मैंने आपको बोल दिया ब्रदर आई एम सॉरी, तो आप मुझे हक कर लेंगे।
हाँ।
ये लाइफ का जो प्रिंसिपल है, हार्ड एंड सॉफ्ट, दैट सॉफ्ट इज ऑलवेज स्ट्रॉन्गर देन हार्ड। स्टोन पेपर सीजर सब खेलते हैं,
हाँ।
तो पेपर कैसे जीत जाता है स्टोन से? क्यों जीतता है आज तक कभी किसी ने सोचा ही नहीं, क्यों जीतता है पेपर? सॉफ्ट इज वे स्ट्रॉन्गर सर। सॉफ्ट की जो पावर है, वो महात्मा गांधी सॉफ्ट थे, हार्ट को जीत के देश आजाद करा दिया सर उस आदमी ने। दैट इज अ पावर। सो व्हेन अ हैवी फोर्स कम, आपने मेरे पे गोली चलाई, तो मूवी थोड़ी सनी देओल की मैं सामने सीना चौड़ा करके खड़ा हो जाऊंगा। आई हाइड, आई लेट दैट फोर्स गो एंड देन आई फायर बैक। दैट इज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ फाइटिंग ऑल्सो।
बट टेल मी समथिंग, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि जो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है और जो मैंने पढ़ा है, आप वही बात कह रहे हैं जो मैंने पढ़ा है, और कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा, आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो।
सर इट्स अ पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम,
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स।
बिल्कुल
जी।
आपकी फौज में भी यही है, डिसिप्लिन,
हाँ।
माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू। आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना। यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट। दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग। दिस इज द वेपन। सड़क चलते जस्ट बिकॉज आई एम अ शीफू एंड आई नो आई कैन बीट दिस गाय, उसने गाली दी तो मेरे को ये तो बनता नहीं कि मैं उठा के उसे मार दूं। सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। तो यू नो शिफू कनिष्क, आपने जो बोला ना दोस्तों, जैसे मैं इनको बता रहा था ना, पिक्चरें दोनों ने वही देखी हैं, इन्होंने भी वही देखी, मैंने भी वही देखी। ये पहुंच गए शाओलिन और भाई हम पहुंच गए नोएडा। लेकिन फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर इज, जो सीखना है, मार्शल आर्ट्स इज नॉट मेंट टू बुली। आप किसी को दबाएं इसलिए शाओलिन कुंफू नहीं है, कोई भी मार्शल आर्ट इसलिए नहीं है, वो इसलिए कि आप अपने आप को बचा सकें, एंड आई थिंक ऑल्सो मॉरली एंड एथिकली टू डू द राइट थिंग।
एग्जैक्टली,
ये बहुत बड़ा
सबसे बड़ा पॉइंट बोला। आजकल क्या होता है सर, किसी लड़की को इफ्टीज होती है, 10 लड़के निकाल के मोबाइल फोन रिकॉर्डिंग करने लगते हैं, उनमें से एक की हिम्मत नहीं होती कि जाके स्टेप इन करे। Now, if you're a martial artist, whether you train MMA or judo, I don't care. You should have the guts to go and do the right thing.
Right.
वो right thing करने से लोग घबराते हैं सर।
Correct. So, Shifu Kanishka, thank you very much. ऐसे।
हाँ जी, thank you sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
दोस्तों, you know, matter of great honor and privilege, we have a 24-carat Shaolin, kung fu master in front of us, and he's told us काफी कुछ चीजें शिफू कनिष्क ने हमें बताई. He was the first one who got the Shaolin fighting skills, Shaolin kung fu to India. तो पहले शिफू हैं ये जो भारत में ये लेकर आए चीन से. दोस्तों, ये प्रोग्राम देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और गौरव आर्या शो देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. अगले हफ्ते फिर आऊंगा. I'll come back again next week and bring you another special guest. Till then, have a great weekend.
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस. किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी.
अच्छा.
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप उनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो. जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा. एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, दे गेट द बेस्ट, आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो.
सर, इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल.
जी.
आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned
हाँ
so
जी।
many. Shaolin कितना tough था?
सर बहुत टफ था वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर और हमारी टांगें ऐसे हिल रही होती थी एंड माई ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ माई बॉडी वॉज पेनिंग इट वॉज क्राइंग मसल्स वॉज सोर मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस. किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी
अच्छा
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ
हाँ जी
दे गेट द बेस्ट आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स
बिल्कुल
जी
आपकी फौज में भी यही है डिसिप्लिन माइंड बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpal. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpal?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
I see there are two pictures that
Viewers, a very good morning. You're watching Republic TV, India's #1 news network. I'm Shivangi Shukla, getting you the top updates this Sunday. Let's start with the headlines we're tracking right now. Prime Minister Modi on a visit to Karnataka today is set to inaugurate plethora of projects. Vande Bharat targeted for the fifth time, third time in West Bengal. Probe ordered into the attack. Concern over rising H3N2 cases, 2 deaths, over 400 cases reported. Centre seeks more surveillance. Key annual RSS meet begins, focus on social harmony, developing sense of self-reliance among people. Land for Jobs scandal explored. ED says 1 crore rupees seized, 600 crore detected in proceeds of crime. After PM Modi raises issue, Albanese assures Australia will not tolerate attacks on religious places. Let's start with some breaking updates coming in. Now, this is information in connection with Umesh Pal murder case. According to the sources, a special team of Uttar Pradesh police and STF has been sent to Gujarat to interrogate Atiq Ahmed, who's lodged in the Sabarmati jail. A police team from Prayagraj and STF team are also left for Gujarat. So we are getting these back-to-back updates coming in. And what we know so far is that a special team of the police and STF, they have now gone to Gujarat, viewers. That's big news coming in. And this is coming in the Umesh Pal murder case. Remember that Atiq Ahmed is one of the very big suspects in this case. And we're getting to know that more details are coming in on this story. What we know, the police team has left from Prayagraj and STF team has left for Gujarat. Let's go ahead to Vivek, who's joining us as well. Vivek, just take our viewers through what we can expect next. It's a big development coming in, Vivek.
बिल्कुल, देखिए 24 तारीख को जब से उमेश पाल की हत्या हुई थी, उसके बाद से लगातार इस बात का जिक्र हो रहा था कि अतीक अहमद का इसमें हाथ हो सकता है, और इसके बाद अतीक से लगे में पूछताछ की बात निकल के सामने आ रही थी। और अब STF की जो स्पेशल टीम है और जो प्रयागराज पुलिस है, वो प्रयागराज से रवाना हुई है गुजरात के लिए, साबरमती जेल के लिए। और वहाँ पर साबरमती जेल में जो बंद है माफिया अतीक अहमद, उससे वहाँ पर ये टीम जाकर के पूछताछ करेगी। अब प्रयागराज की पुलिस टीम, इसके साथ साथ जो STF की स्पेशल टीम है वो गई हुई है। तकरीबन 5 ऐसे ऑफिसर्स हैं जिनको वहाँ पर भेजा गया है, और वहाँ पर वो पहुँच करके अतीक अहमद से पूछना करेंगे कि जिस तरीके से ये पूरी की पूरी हत्या प्लान हुई थी, उसमें ये कहा जा रहा है कि अतीक अहमद की तरह पर ये सब कुछ हुआ था और अतीक अहमद की जानकारी में ये सब कुछ हुआ था। तो क्या चीजें रही, किस तरीके से प्लानिंग हुई, इन तमाम चीजों को लेकर के पूछताछ करने के लिए टीम पहुंच रही है। और टीम के पहुंचने के बाद पूछताछ के बाद कुछ है भी और खुलासे हो सकते हैं।
Right. And the Umesh Pal murder case, in fact, Atiq Ahmed's lawyer has been speaking about the encounter threat to halt move to UP jail for Atiq Ahmed. So we are seeing that multiple details are coming out because this case has already gone on the top court and his lawyer has filed a petition. But what are the other suspects in this case right now, Vivek?
देखिए, सस्पेक्ट की बात की जाए तो सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, 2 व्यक्तियों का एनकाउंटर में उनकी मौत हो गई है। इसके अलावा जो 10 नामजद थे, उसके बाद 4 और लोगों के खिलाफ नामजद उनको किया गया है। इसमें 2.5 लाख के इनाम पैसे हुए थे 5 लोग के खिलाफ। उसके बाद कल अतीक की पत्नी शाइस्ता परवीन के भी नाम 25,000 रुपए का इनाम होगा, क्योंकि हमने देखा था कि एक वीडियो कल जिस तरीके से रिपब्लिक ने चलाया था कि 24 तारीख से 5 दिन पहले यानी कि 19 फरवरी को शाइस्ता परवीन भी एक शूटर के साथ देखी जा सकती है। तो कुल मिलाकर के क्या ये पूरी की पूरी फैमिली की ये पूरी प्लानिंग थी, या किस तरीके से फैमिली ने इस पूरी घटनाक्रम को कैसे प्लान किया था, ये तमाम ऐसी चीजें हैं जिसको लेकर के पुलिस जांच कर रही है। और इन तमाम चीजों में जो स्पष्ट निकल के सामने आ रहा है, उन सभी की सरपकड़ के लिए अलग अलग जो टीमें हैं वो बनाई गई हैं। आपको बताऊं कि जिस तरीके से अतीक अहमद खुद साबरमती जेल में बंद है, उसका भाई अशरफ बरेली जेल में बंद है, अतीक का दो बेटे उसके अलग अलग जेलों में, जिसमें एक लखनऊ जेल और एक नैनी जेल। उसका असद एक बेटा फरार है। अतीक के 2 बेटे जो है वो इस वक्त बाल सुधार गृह में हैं। और इसके अलावा अतीक का एक और छोटा बेटा है जो अतीक की पत्नी के साथ है। तो और अतीक की पत्नी भी लगातार इस पूरी घटनाक्रम के बाद पुलिस की गिरफ्त से दूर है, फरार है। और कल उसको लेकर 25,000 का इनाम घोषित हुआ है। तो कुल मिलाकर के जो SDF की टीम है, प्रयागराज पुलिस है, वो इस पूरे केस को आज तकरीबन 18 दिन से अधिक का समय हो गया और अभी सिर्फ 3 लोगों पुलिस के हाथ लगे हैं। कुल मिलाकर के आने वाले समय में इसमें और गिरफ्तारियों को लेकर के कहीं ना कहीं एक्टिविटी और बढ़ेगी और चीजें देखने को मिलेंगी।
All right, thank you so much, Vivek, for joining us with all the details. So we know that this is in connection with the Umesh Pal murder case. A special team of police and STF have been sent to Gujarat to interrogate Atiq Ahmed, who's lodged in Sabarmati jail. A police team from Prayagraj and STF has left for Gujarat. Vivek getting us all the details. Let's move ahead to the other story we are tracking here on Republic TV. And what we know so far is a joint team of security forces has busted a terror hideout at upper reaches in North Kashmir's Kupwara district and recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition. Some sensitive explosive material has also recovered from the hideout. So getting these back-to-back updates coming in, where we are learning a joint team of security forces busted a terror hideout at upper reaches in North Kashmir's Kupwara district. Let's go ahead to Zeenat, who's joining us as well. Zeenat, take our viewers through exactly what we know so far. We know that some sensitive explosive material has been recovered from the hideout. Do we even know right now that which group is suspected to be behind this terror hideout in Kupwara?
See, Shivani, Jammu and Kashmir police have claimed that they have recovered and unearthed rather an old dump of arms and ammunition that was recovered during the search operations carried by the J&K police in Hangankot area. This is at the upper reaches of Handwara forest area where this has been recovered. The part of the North Kashmir, the sensitive explosions have been recovered, arms and ammunition that also includes the AK-47 grenade throwers, launchers, rifles, and also the flamethrowers and other material have been recovered, although the police have also claimed that they have registered a FIR in the Wilgam police station of Handwara. This was an old dump that has now been unearthed by Jammu and Kashmir police. We have seen in recent past also many such dumps have recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, talking about the sensitivity, because this is the North Kashmir and North Kashmir, the Kupwara, or we talk about the Baramulla line of control. There has been many tracks that have been used by the infiltrators for the infiltration, or for that matter they have been carrying the arms and ammunitions. They have tried to push the arms and ammunition, but this is what the police said, that this is an old dump of the arms and ammunitions that they have recovered during the search operation. Although the search has been concluded in this particular area, and also the FIR has been registered in Wilgam police station of Handwara, North Kashmir.
All right, thank you, Zeenat, for getting us all the details. So what we're learning so far is a joint team of security forces busted a terror hideout at upper reaches in North Kashmir's Kupwara district and recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition. Thank you, Zeenat, and keep us ahead on the story as we get more updates. Moving on, viewers, we're getting some more breaking updates coming in as we get you top updates on India's #1 news channel. Narco terror bid from Pakistan has been foiled by Indian Army. Now, we know this happened in Nowshera area of LOC. Narcotics and suspected IED recovered by security forces. So we're getting this big breaking update. So it's a narco terror bid which has been foiled by the Indian Army in Nowshera. That's what we're learning so far. And the visual of that on your screen as well. Those are exclusive images coming in. Let's go ahead to Gursimran, who's joining us live. Gursimran, a very good morning to you. We are seeing the visuals of what it seems to be the substance which has been recovered by our forces. Take us through what exactly happened.
See, based on the intelligence input by the agencies, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the Indian Army, it was an Indian Army-led operation in which 2 kilograms of IED has been recovered along with the 2 pistols, 2 sophisticated pistols, possibly a Norenko, which is a Chinese manufacturer Norinco pistols, and 2 kilograms of heroin has been recovered by the Indian Army. Important to mention that time and again, Pakistan is up to its nefarious task of pushing sophisticated weapons as well as narcotics into the Indian territory. The weapons are directly supplied to the terror groups for carrying out the terror acts, while this narcotics is sent for sale, and the proceeds, the money that is generated from the sale of narcotics, is used to fuel terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. This has been modus operandi of the terror group since the major crackdown is being carried out on the funding sources of the terror groups in the Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why Red Belt Pakistan is now resorting to this, carrying out these kind of activities time and again. Now, sources within the establishment are telling us that Pakistan is desperate as the things are moving towards normalcy and peace in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and now they are resorting to these kind of tactics. 2 kilograms of IED. This was a huge IED which has the capacity to cause maximum damage, to inflict maximum damage, be it to the security forces or to the civilian population. What we saw on the 2nd of January when the terrorists planted the IED after carrying out the killing of 5 Hindus in the Dangri village of Nojara. And this was another similar plot that they probably were planning to carry out, but due to the timely intervention of the Indian Army and the alertness of the troops that are deployed on the borders, this major tragedy has been averted by the Indian Army, and now the searches are on.
All right, Gursimran, thank you for joining us with all the details. Narcotics and IED has been recovered from Nowshera. You can see the visuals on your screen. This is Pakistan's attempt at narco-terror, which has been foiled once again by our forces. Let's go ahead and see what else is making news in India. The stage is set for the inauguration of the 10-lane Bengaluru-Mysuru highway as Prime Minister Modi embarks on his 6th visit to pole-bound Karnataka today. A PM will lay the foundation stone for key projects and inaugurate the expressway in Hubballi-Dharwad region worth around 16,000 crore rupees. Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao's daughter K. Kavita is being questioned by the ED in connection with the Delhi liquor policy case. Posters have emerged in Hyderabad showing leaders from different parties that have joined the BJP, and now they are not facing any agency raids. As many as 5 people, including 3 children, were charred to death after a fire broke out in a hut in UP's Kanpur. On Sunday, Satish Kumar, his wife Kajal and 3 children were sleeping when suddenly the fire broke out. The reason behind the fire is yet to be ascertained. Amidst rise in death of children due to acute respiratory infection, the BJP legislators demanded a statement on the virus from Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee about the recent deaths caused by due to the infection. Mamta is also the state health minister. Meanwhile, they also slammed the chief minister over the task force panel formation, saying that there was no pediatrician in the panel that was formed. The Vice President called an all-party meeting today. The meeting has been called before the commencement of the second phase of the budget session of Parliament. The RSS has begun its national executive meeting in Panipat district. The meet, which starts today, will end on March 14th. BJP Chief JP Nadda and party's National General Secretary are participating in the meeting. In the national executive meeting, the RSS plans its agenda for the next 1 year. According to sources, several changes, both in the RSS and the BJP, may be decided in the meeting, which will be chaired by its chief, Mohan Bhagwat, and deputy chief as well. A case has been registered against a 37-year-old man identified as Ramkant, a US citizen, in a police station for allegedly smoking in the bathroom, according to Mumbai police. He was also misbehaving with other passengers on Air India London-Mumbai flight on March 11th. As per flight crew, the accused tried to open the door of the flight. He also said that he was carrying a bullet in his bag, but no such object found in his bag. Accused samples sent for examination to confirm if he was in a state of being inebriated. A case of rapid firing has come to light at the property dealer's office in Aman Vihar police station of Delhi's Rohini district. The one person died in this attack. After firing, the attacker fled from the spot. The deceased was identified as Yogesh. He succumbed to his gunshot injury in the hospital. According to the DCP, deceased Yogesh was a car mechanic who was sitting in the office of a property dealer with his friends. DCP further said that 4 to 5 people came and shot him dead. While the probe is on and suggests old enmity, further investigation is underway. Union Home Minister Amit Shah attended the 54th annual Raising Day celebration of Central Industrial Security Force. Arrived in the city on Saturday late evening. The event is held at the National Industrial Security Academy today. Gold worth 1.40 crore concealed in undergarments and footwear was seized from foreign nationals by the Mumbai Customs Department. The seizure was made from 3 foreign nationals who has arrived from Addis Ababa to Mumbai on Friday. And viewers, the stage is set for the inauguration of the 10-lane Bengaluru-Mysuru highway as Prime Minister Modi embarks on his 6th visit to the pole-bound Karnataka this year. The Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone for a key project and inaugurate the expressway as well. In fact, 6,000 crore rupees of projects will be inaugurated. And at around 3:15 p.m., he will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of various development initiatives. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's joining us live right now. Prajwal, we know that the Prime Minister will be inaugurating projects and a very, very important expressway. He will also be holding a roadshow, Prajwal, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now the countdown has already started for Prime Minister Narendra Modi to arrive out here in Mandya, where in the next 10 to 15 minutes we are expecting that the Prime Minister will shortly land at the PES College helipad, and from IB Circle his road show will start towards Nanda Circle for a stretch of 1.8 kilometers. And if you could just go across, now it's a sea of saffron out here at the Sanjay Circle in Mandya. Small kids along with their parents have also come out in large numbers as well, where we are looking at excited kids who are here in Mandya, and these small kids are coming out, and they too are waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come here, and all of them wearing face masks of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, coming along with their parents as well. So the parents too have accompanied their kids along to go on and make sure that their kids also get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because Prime Minister is visiting Mandya after 41 years, and this in itself is huge. It's a huge visual spectacle for the people of Mandya. Let's go across and quickly take in a word from the people who have gathered here. So first and foremost, you're looking at the Prime Minister coming here. What do you have to say about this, and how excited are your kids too? Because I see them accompanying you as well.
Actually, my kids like him very much. I am also a fan of Narendra Modi. Actually, I am working as an assistant professor in MS Ramaya, but I am from India, from Melkote Kshetra. Actually, Dr. Indresh is standing over there. So we want him to win. Till now, we have seen only JDS and Congress. Nothing has been improved in Mandya. But we want some improvement, and we want BJP to come, and we want BJP to be occupy our Mandya, and we improve our Mandya. Okay, so that's what we are cheering for him. We are cheering for Modi sir. We want Modi sir to be.
How excited are your kids?
My kids are very excited. Actually, he is a big fan of Modi, and he is studying in Rashtrotana. My both kids are studying in Rashtrotana, right. And they are really like India much. So that we know that Modi is working for India. So we also look forward to him.
Right. On that note, quickly going on and taking it, people would definitely go on and vote for development. But at this point of time, we are looking that more and more people are coming in. But on this note, we'll quickly slip into a short break. But live and continuous rolling coverage of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from here in Mandya, the heartland of Karnataka.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल. आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. That control comes from the mind and from the training. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम,
यस,
किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से।
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpal. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpal?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, वेदर इट्स कुंग फू, वेदर इट्स अदर मार्शल आर्ट्स दैट यू हैव लर्नड सो मेनी, शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज। हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था, 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड my each and every part of my body was paining, it was crying, muscles were sore। मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLA's son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLAs. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं एंड देन यू स्टार्ट स्पेशल फोर्सेस, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस। किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वाज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी, अच्छा, टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो। जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा, एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, they get the best, I have no problem.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो।
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, पूरा
मार्शल आर्ट्स।
बिल्कुल जी, आपकी फौज में भी यही है, डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू। आपके पास गन है, बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना, यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट। That control comes from the mind and from the training. So that जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम,
Yes.
किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED
Viewers, Union Minister Amit Shah, while addressing at the 54th annual CISF celebration, said that the Modi government now continues with its zero tolerance on terrorism. Here's more on that.
तीनों सेक्टर जो हमारे लिए बहुत चिंता का विषय, कश्मीर, नॉर्थ ईस्ट और वामपंथी उग्रवादी प्रभावित क्षेत्र, ये तीनों सेक्टरों में आज हम ये देख रहे हैं कि हिंसा बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में कम होती जा रही है, लोगों का विश्वास बढ़ रहा है और आतंकवाद और अलगाववाद फैलाने वालों की संख्या न केवल कम हो रही है, वो लोग सरेंडर होकर मेन स्ट्रीम में आ भी रहे, परंतु जिनके हाथ में हथियार है उनके सामने कठोरता से काम करने में देश की सीएपीएफ ने बहुत बड़ा योगदान दिया है और अपनी दृढ़ता और वीरता का परिचय भी दिया. मैं आज पूरे राष्ट्र को यह भी कहना चाहता हूं कि आने वाले समय में भी हमारी सरकार की, मोदी सरकार की जीरो टॉलरेंस टुवर्ड्स टेररिज्म ये नीति चालू रहेगी. देश के किसी भी क्षेत्र के अंदर अलगाववाद, आतंकवाद और राष्ट्र विरोधी गतिविधियों को कठोरता के साथ निपटा जाएगा.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Mandya, and it will only be a short while from now where people will get to, a view of the Prime Minister over here, and shortly from now he will be taking the roadshow where thousands of people are waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi in Mandya from the heart of Karnataka.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल. आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
Good morning, we are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Let's start with the top headlines this Sunday morning. Prime Minister Modi on a visit to Karnataka today set to inaugurate plethora of projects. Vande Bharat targeted for the 5th time, 3rd time in West Bengal, probe ordered into the attack. Concern over rising H3N2 cases, 2 deaths, over 400 cases reported, centre seeks more surveillance. Key annual RSS meet begins, focus on social harmony, developing sense of self-reliance among people. Land for Jobs scandal explodes. ED says 1 crore seized, 600 crore detected in proceeds of crime. After Prime Minister Modi raises issue, Albanese assures Australia won't tolerate attacks on religious places. Now, from War to Peace, a book documenting lives of ex-servicemen authored by Lieutenant General S.K. Gadiok has been launched. The event, in fact, was hosted by the founder of the Amity University. Here's a special report.
On Saturday, March 11th, a book launch event was organized by Amity University's founder Ashok Chauhan. From founder to Vice Chancellor and Chief Chancellor to Major General Sharad Kapoor to veteran army servicemen. Several people have marked their presence in this mega book launch. The book titled From War to Peace, authored by Lieutenant General S.K. Gadiok, AVSM, was launched in this event. The book basically talks about how retired and ex-servicemen can still be placed advantageously somewhere specifically for rural development. And the man himself graced the event and took the moment to thank people who have supported him throughout.
What it means, please note it down. Your founder president is the titan of edification. Now this book today is most affectionately dedicated to my wife, Sonia, that's Sonalika Gadiok.
The ex-servicemen shared their thoughts on the book in this event.
He's also created a city, and I was once in conversation with him, and he was telling me that how the fundamentals of leadership that were brought to bear on him in the military has been his guiding force. Look after your staff, look after your team, follow your aim, have an aim plus, and there should always be a list of could do and should do.
The university founder Ashok Chauhan too addressed the event and shared his experience.
I've seen each one of my defense officers, these 500 for police also. The other day I was telling Jalgadioki, the sharpshooter, they didn't know who is at what position. Asked, is it NSG or it is SPG or it is in CISF or BSF? I don't know. Sharpshooter. I tell him a thing in 10 minutes done. So that is I call sharpshooter. You don't like to be sharpshooter. Now I will tell students why I have handpicked you, because this area for the development of rural areas.
And Republic exclusively spoke to the author of the book. Lieutenant General S.K. Gadiok further detailed about his book.
I think with the kinds of governance attributes which are given in the last chapter, that is citizens' approach, I think if everyone reads it, not only India will become Swachh, India will deliver and attain salvation as a developed country, as the most powerful superpower in the world.
The vision will surely come into action, sir, and we are so sure about it. It has actually come into action. That was Lieutenant General retired Gadiok, sir, talking to us on his book launch event today, From War to Peace. A book for every nation, every citizen to must read, to contribute for the nation as a whole. This is Tanisha Avasti with Vijay Bhisham reporting from Noida for Republic TV.
It's countdown to Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving. The roadshow has already started, and in the next 2 minutes, we are expecting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be here passing through thousands of people. On this note, we'll also quickly slip into a short break, but live and rolling coverage on the other side. Stay tuned.
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka and MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस. किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन
कल साहब तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी.
अच्छा.
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप उनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो. जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा. एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, दे गेट द बेस्ट, आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल. आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are 2 pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Goenpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Vande Bharat?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed.
We are looking at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has arrived in Mandya, and the roadshow has already begun out here, where hundreds, thousands of people who are standing here, and the roadshow has begun from the IB circle, where next he will be arriving at the Sanjay circle shortly, and then he will be proceeding towards the Nanda circle out here. You can also go on, look at the visuals now that he did land at the PS College helipad before arriving at the IB circle out there shortly. We are expecting that he will be passing here right through the Sanjay circle, even as people are readying with flowers to go on and shower petals on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will be going on and inaugurating the Bengaluru-Mysuru highway, the 10-lane express road corridor, which has been constructed at a cost of over 8,000 crore rupees, even as there are chants behind me with people going on screaming Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi's name out here in the sugar city of Mandya. And we are also seeing people from across all stratas of the society, from across all age groups, have come in thousands of numbers, as well as he will be finally moving towards the much awaited inauguration of the Bengaluru-Mysuru Express Highway, which is expected to cut down the travel time by over half its time, with only 70 minutes from Bengaluru to Mysuru. And this particular highway has been constructed at a cost of over 8,400 crore rupees, mainly in 2 phases. The first phase itself costed around 2,428 crore rupees, after which the land acquisition cost for it was over 4,000 crore rupees, and again for the second phase it was over 2,300 crore rupees, all coming to an estimate of 8,004 crore rupees as well. And now we are looking at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's convoy slowly moving from the IB circle towards the Sanjay circle, even as people wait for him here in thousands in number. And also more of significantly, the Mandya district has always been considered to be a bastion of the JDS, but this time around the saffron surge is definitely to be seen here, because the people clearly went on and stated that all these years we have gone on, voted for the regional parties here, but there has been no sort of development. But this time around we believe in the double engine government, and therefore we would want Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government to come in power, Chief Minister Baturaj Bommai's government to come in power, because they strongly believe in development. The first visuals, we are getting the first visuals on a camera, as my video journalist Bhagat is zooming onto these visuals, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is out of his convoy, and the SPG have surrounded him, and him waving to the people is now being seen here on our screens, even as we are watching this live and rolling coverage continuously on Republic. And apart from which this particular roadshow will take another 15 to 20 minutes to get over, after which he will be moving towards the National Highway, where he will be welcomed by a group of artists, around 100 to 115 in number, who will be performing cultural arts, and there will be a cultural display for Prime Minister Modi, and he will walk for 50 meters, from where again he will step into his convoy, and after that he will be moving to Gajjalagere to go on officially inaugurate the highway. And he will also be laying the foundation stone for the Mysore-Kushalnagar highway, which is for a stretch of 92 kilometers, which will cost around 4,000 crore rupees as well. So the much awaited roadshow happening in Mandya, a sea of saffron, thousands of people gathering here with chants of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, him being showered here with flowers, both from the people as well as the BJP Karyakartas too. Now the The visuals on our screen, we look at Prime Minister Narendra Modi being showered by flowers from the people out here in Mandya as well. So this is quite massive with the sheer numbers, going ahead more than the expected numbers as well. Even as people are thronging in huge numbers with children, with senior citizens and everybody trying to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There are also security who are watching on high-rise buildings, and the people also have ventured out of their houses trying to go on and get a glimpse of the Prime Minister. After this roadshow and the inauguration and addressing of people, he will be moving to IIT Dharwad, where he will inaugurate the IIT as well, apart from which he will also inaugurate the longest platform of a railway station in the entire continent in Hubballi, which will be moving till Hospete too. So this is a huge infrastructure boost for the people of Karnataka, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi kickstarting developmental projects worth 17,000 crore rupees in one go, and also the much spoken about Jal Jeevan Mission, which is expected to cover 62% of households in rural Karnataka, with clean drinking water facilities as well for these people too. So this is a huge, massive infrastructure push for the people of Karnataka as well. But more on now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also sending out a message stating that for the past 41 years there was no Prime Minister who had visited the city of Mandya, the district of Mandya. But now today he's here to make a statement saying that after 41 years, I am here to go and give a message to the people of Mandya, stating that he is always approachable and he is here to stay along with the Saffron Party in Karnataka ahead of the Karnataka Assembly elections as well. The developmental projects in Karnataka have received a huge boost as well, mainly because of the fact that the Jal Jeevan Mission's priority is to provide tap water connection in rural areas, and therefore in Karnataka now tap water connection has been provided to 37.54 lakh households in rural area under this mission as well, and also 101 multi-village drinking water projects worth 30,308 crore rupees has also been sanctioned, which is definitely quite huge now. And apart from this, we are also seeing that there will be several other projects as well when it comes to Dharwad, mainly the Dharwad Debot multi-village water supply scheme under the Jal Jeevan Mission. Again, the Hubli Dharwad Smart City project worth 166 crore rupees, and also the Jaideva Cardio Hospital in Hubballi. Healthcare is also being given a lot of priority as well, because it is not only Jaideva Hospital in Hubballi, but there is also a maternity hospital which will be opened as well in Mandya, which all the preparations were being overseen by the Mandya MP Sumalata too, which will go on and provide cardiac care to the people, and especially North Karnataka too. Now right on our screens we are seeing Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi, who has finally come here at the Sanjay Circle, with people going on and showering flowers. Right there on our cameras, you can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi waving at the people of Mandya, where people are showing symbols of heart. They're all going on saluting the Prime Minister, and right there on our screens is Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi. He is waving at the people. He is right here, and you can see the excitement. There is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is in fact showering flowers back at the people.
कर्नाटका के लकड़ी के खिलौनों की बात कही है, और इसके लिए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार और बढ़ता जा रहा है। तो चन्नपटना से आगे आप आएंगे तो मंड्या है, मथुर मंड्या, ये दोनों शहर कृषि प्रधान शहर हैं, और मंड्या जो है सुपर पावर ऑफ इंडिया माना जाता है।
Now we are seeing Prime Minister Narendra Modi moving towards the Mahavir circle over here. We are also seeing Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai out here on our screen now, where Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai is waving at the people of Mandya as well. So there you go, the Chief Minister's convoy is now being followed by the convoy of the BJP State President. We are also seeing CM Bommai waving his hands at the crowd as well. Quickly shifting our focus back to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's now finally about to reach the Mahavir circle as well. So this goes on and shows the fact that, quite a popularity for the Prime Minister out here in Mandya, where people, hundreds of youth in large numbers have gathered here to go on and shower flowers at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and mainly even to speak about the developmental projects and the infrastructure push that we were speaking about as well. We are looking at, thousands of people who did expect, who went on to complain that connectivity, healthcare, infrastructure, development, roads are some of the major problems that they had, and all these problems are now being answered by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because recently when he was here, when the Home Minister was here, he went on to inaugurate the Manmul, that is the Milk Federation of Mandya here, providing a boost for the farmers to go ahead and take the white revolution from Mandya, because this particular region goes on and contributes around 50 to 55% of the milk share in the entire state of Karnataka. So therefore he to put his point, and now Prime Minister Narendra Modi coming here to go on and provide this infrastructure boost along with the connectivity of the roads between Bengaluru to Mysuru, which will go on to cover around 10 districts with over 70 assembly constituencies in itself, is quite a huge number for the people as well. Now his convoy has finally reached the Mahavir circle as well, where again people are going on looking at the flowers that are being showered on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Him coming so close to the people have definitely got them excited, as all of them are going on with the chants of Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. More so to speak about the developmental projects. The approved cost of this entire project for the land acquisition cost around 4,125 crore rupees, apart from which the construction itself took around 4,300 rupees as well, and this was completed in record time. And also the Union Minister for Road Transport, Mr. Nitin Gadkari too, went ahead and oversaw the first phase of it, which was given to the people between Bengaluru to Nidagatta in the month of Jan, on the 16th of Jan, when he visited Karnataka. Now it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi again who is coming out here in large numbers and finally presenting this particular express highway, which is 90% of which is already complete, and the 10% of which will be completed within the next 2 to 3 months. And we are shortly expecting that he will also be reaching the Nanda circle as he moves on from the Mahavir circle towards the Nanda circle, which is the last leg. So approximately he's covered around 1 to 1.4 kilometers, which has taken him around 15 to 20 minutes, and in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we are seeing that he will be completing his roadshow, and he will finally be heading towards the express highway, after which he will be going towards Gejjalagere to go on and address the people. Over 1 to 1.5 lakh in huge numbers is what we are expecting here. But apart from which, we are also looking at the top leaders of the Karnataka BJP who are here, along with Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, along with B.S. Yediyurappa, B.Y. Vijayendra, Shobha Karandlaje, Union Ministers, the Karnataka co-in-charges for the state of Karnataka, who will all be here, who will be present. And now people are still waving flags of, people are waving the tricolour out there, where you can go on clearly see these visuals too. Apart from which, now we are expecting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi definitely has a message for the people of Mandya, and it is this much awaited speech that everybody in the sugar city are waiting for.
All right, so Prajwal there reporting live who's in Mandya, the Prime Minister's roadshow that is taking place in Mandya. Remember, this is the 6th visit of the Prime Minister in last 2 months, and just in a month from now, Karnataka will also be going to polls. Prajwal there getting us those visuals as Prime Minister holds that mega roadshow in Mandya district of Karnataka. Prajwal, of course, continues to stay with us. Prajwal, once again, for our viewers also who are just tuning in, if you can talk to us more about the mega projects that are all set to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. One, of course, being that expressway that would reduce the travel time from 3 hours to 70 minutes, in fact, just minutes into minutes from 3 hours earlier.
Absolutely, Samiksha, because this particular highway, which is being built at a cost of over 8,000 crores, is already 90% complete. 135 kilometers is what we are speaking about. The first phase of the project from Bangalore to Nidghatta, which is around 74 kilometers. The second phase of the project, which is around 65 kilometers from Nidghatta towards Mysuru as well. And both these projects in phase 1 and phase 2 have been completed with the total turnaround, with the land acquisition cost as well. So it was quite a task for them to go on and acquire the land as well. So that was one of the major hurdles that the government did face, but they did move on efficiently with the help from the central government as well to go on and compensate the farmers too who lost their land. But all said and done now, we are looking at over 8 kilometers of elevated corridors that we are speaking, 42 overbridges and 8 underbridges too, apart from which we are also looking at smooth turnarounds as well, 32 entry and exit points too, along with a two-way service road on either side of the roads too, which essentially puts it at a 10-lane expressway. Apart from which, we are also looking at connectivity even beyond Mysuru too, because the Mysore-Kushalnagar expressway was something which has been the demand of the people of the Kodagu-Mysuru region for the past 15 years too, and finally it is becoming a reality under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership and the vision of the Union Minister for Road Transport Nitin Gadkari, where that is now being laid out at a cost of 4,129 crore rupees too, which is massive in number as well. And the particular travel time was 5 hours. And now after this expressway will be completed, which is the Mysore and Kushalnagar expressway, the travel time will be less than 2 hours 20 minutes too. And thereby it will definitely go on and give a boost mainly to the green revolution as well for the farmers, because the farmers want to go out in large numbers, sell their wares not only in Mysuru and Mandya, where the markets are limited to, but also across the entire state of Karnataka, where they will also be reaching out to Kodagu too, and this expressway will contribute in a larger part for that. And also to go on and sell their wares too. It was not only the Mandya, but also moving from Mandya, we are also expecting that now they will be foraying into the markets in Ramnagara, Chanpatna, Maddur too, which is in between Mandya to Bengaluru as well. After which they can also go on and move to Srirangpatna and Mysuru too. So the number of districts over here are sheer in number as well. So therefore, in terms of the assembly constituency and also the place of it, which is especially the old Mysuru region, where the BJP had suffered setbacks in the previous elections, Union Home Minister Amit Shah made it very clear that this time around it will be the saffron surge which will go on and sweep the old Mysuru region, which is integral for the prospects of the BJP in the upcoming elections.
बोलो भारत माता की जय, मोदी मोदी। जो प्रताप सिम्हा है, उन्होंने लगातार इस क्षेत्र में कार्य करते रहे। बीजेपी की जो प्रेजेंस है उसे और मजबूत बनाया है। तो प्रधानमंत्री का आज मंड्या पहुंचना बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं का उत्साह दोगुना करता है, और उन्हें यही उम्मीद है कि आने वाले चुनाव में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी की जो ये पहुंच है, यहाँ तक जो प्रधानमंत्री जिस तरह से लोगों तक पहुंच रहे हैं, लोगों के दिलों में।
All right, viewers, the Prime Minister holding a mega road show in Karnataka's Mandya. He's getting a very big and rousing welcome, a very warm welcome. Modi chants being heard. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's joining us from the road show. Prajwal, what is happening right now? We know that the Prime Minister has arrived, and much more expected later in the day, isn't it?
Absolutely. As I was saying earlier as well, it's definitely a massive infrastructure push as well for Karnataka too, because we also saw him recently in the Kittur Karnataka region, in Maharashtra Karnataka region, the Kalyana Karnataka region as well. And it was expected that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be coming to the old Mysuru region as well, because the developmental projects only in the old Mysuru region amounts to over 12,000 crore rupees. So that is massive for over 10 districts as well. Apart from which, we are also speaking about the rest of Karnataka, mainly the Kittur Karnataka and the Maharashtra Karnataka region, which will be receiving developmental projects and infra push worth over 7,500 crore rupees. And the much wanted and the vaulted speak about the Jal Jeevan mission, which will go on to cover 64% of the rural households in Karnataka, which is amounting to over 30,308 crore rupees, as the entire state of Karnataka will be benefited by it, especially for the people in rural areas, because tap water will be reaching out to their doorsteps, clean drinking drinking water as well, which was a major problem too. Apart from which they will also make a maximum utilization of the water for irrigation purposes too. So this is something which has been speaking about, and more so when you are speaking about health in old Mysuru region, the people of Mandya had gone on to demand that there should be a maternity hospital which should be brought in, because expecting mothers who are going to conceive will have to either go to a headquarters like Mysuru, or they will have to go to Bengaluru as well. But this time around, because of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision as well, now finally a hospital too is coming up in Mandya, especially for the children and expecting mothers too. So this will definitely go on and make sure that providing healthcare will definitely go on and be more beneficial too. And apart from this, we are also seeing the Jaideva Institute of Cardiology, which will be inaugurated in Hubballi as well, where people with heart ailments can go on and get easy treatment, easy access over there, because initially the people usually had to come to the tier 1 cities to go on and receive treatments related to heart ailments as well. But now because of Hubballi, the entire region of the Kittur Karnataka and Maharashtra Karnataka region will go on and benefit from it. So this is a huge infrastructure push, mainly in 3 areas: roads, connectivity, education, hospitals, and also providing drinking water, which is feasible for all as well. So all in all, it is a clear shot winner for the BJP government ahead of the elections in Karnataka.
All right, so we are seeing that the Prime Minister is holding a mega road show and a rousing welcome with Modi chant as people are showering him with flowers. Also, just take our viewers through exactly why this expressway, which will be launched, is important. We know it's a 118 kilometer long project that has been developed with a total cost of 8,480 crore rupees. So that is a very important project. And why is that, Prajwal?
Now, the main problem for the people from Bengaluru and Mysuru was the fact that the travel time was huge, considering that on peak days, say like a weekend, say on a Saturday or a Sunday, it would take anywhere between 3 to 3.5 hours as well. But apart from which, we are looking at the time coming now completely, say anywhere between 70 to 75 minutes. And especially for, products which has a shelf life, say your dairy products or your vegetables, if they will have to be taken to the local markets and the mandis as well, it is pretty important that it reaches in record time, and fresh vegetables are provided to the people as well. And Mandya being an agricultural land as well, the shelf life for these products will be pretty less. And also when it comes to the logistical support in terms of cold storage, or else even in terms of warehouses too, it is very limited in these districts as well. So this express highway is mainly considered to be pretty important because of the fact that the products can reach out in record time. Apart from which, you can go on and deliver it directly to the customers. It eliminates the whole concept of the middlemen here, where the farmers can directly go on and take their profits, and they can sell their wares anywhere in the entire part of the old Mysuru region, especially in the southern belt as well. So this is considered to be key. Apart from which, it will also go on to generate a lot of job opportunities because of additional industrial areas which will come up on the bylanes of the Mysuru-Bengaluru Expressway, which will go on and create an additional around 15,000 to 20,000 jobs, mainly when it comes to the transport sector as well and the logistical sector too. So this is touted to be one of the biggest projects which Karnataka has seen in the last decade or so, in the last 1.5 decade to be very precise as well. And this has happened because of the vision of the BJP too. Now 90% of the entire project has been completed. We are speaking about the next 10% because it is not only these 118 kilometers that we are seeing, but also an additional 17 kilometers in the form of bylane, service roads, entries and exit points too, which will totally come up to around 135 kilometers, especially in Mysuru. And look at the vision of it. It will just not stop at Mysuru. In the next 4 to 5 years, we will also be seeing that the Mysuru to Kushalnagar highway will also be developed as well, which is 92 kilometers in itself. And it will be completed in a single phase. It's not a multi-phase project. It will be completed in single phase to go out and make sure that eliminate any sort of any sort of delay in the entire project too. So work will happen simultaneously on this stretch as well. So from Bengaluru to Kodagu, it will be a single road which will go on and connect them, and you can go and complete this journey in a record time of anywhere between 3 to 3.5 hours. And on regular basis, if you look at the old infrastructure and roads, it would have taken anywhere between 9 to 10 hours in itself. So it's green revolution, white revolution, socio-economic boost as well for the people, especially in this particular region, creating job opportunities. So this project definitely comes with a lot of brownie points as well for the BJP government in Karnataka. So therefore, it is touted to be one of the biggest developmental projects in the entire state of Karnataka in the past 1.5 decade, which is being given to the people.
Right, Prajwal. Prajwal is getting us all the top details at this point of time, where we are seeing the Prime Minister roadshow there. Key projects will be launched as well. Many more key projects will be launched. Prajwal, if you could take our viewers through exactly what are the other projects which will be launched today itself in Karnataka.
Now, the other projects, apart from these two highways, will also be the hospital, which we are seeing will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, again in Mandya. And mainly now moving towards Kittur, Karnataka, we'll also be seeing that the Smart City project worth 162 crore rupees will be launched in Hubballi as well. And also the longest platform of a railway station ever in the entire continent of Asia will be given to the people of Karnataka, where he will be launching it. And in a massive boost for education as well, we are looking at the IIT Dharwad, which will be inaugurated. The phase 1 of this IIT Dharwad will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where we can see enrollments anywhere between 500 to 700 in number in the first year. In phase 1 is what sources are going on and pointing out. And also a big boost for healthcare sector in the form of the Jaideva Institute of Cardiology going on and setting it up in Hubballi as well, which will go on and accommodate over 700 to 800 patients. To be very precise, over 50 to 75 patients in the ICU. The general ward can go on and accommodate 350 to 400. The OPD department has a capacity of handling 200 patients too. So all in all, a huge push for the people even in Kittur, Karnataka as well.
Right. Prajwal is getting us all the top details right now, where we are learning couple of details coming in. The Prime Minister's Roadshow is happening as we speak. So, Prajwal, all our viewers are watching the Prime Minister's Roadshow, which is happening as we speak. We can see that many people have come out to give him a very, very rousing welcome. In fact, whenever he does a roadshow, even when he was in Delhi, we can see how many people come out on the roads and they want to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister. And he usually, like the way he's waving to the crowd, he does that. So we can see how many people have come out this time. It's very, very exciting for the people to see the Prime Minister. Same thing happening in Karnataka this time again, Prajwal.
Absolutely. Now in Karnataka, he's visited 5 times. There have been 4 massive roadshows, one in Hubballi, one in Belagavi, and the other in the Kittur, Karnataka region, and now in the old Mysuru region of Mandya. So every time the BJP's expectations is surpassed by the people of Karnataka, because they were expecting around 10,000 to 15,000 people here. Now the numbers in itself, from what we are getting from our sources, go on and state that around 45,000 to 50,000 people are already there. And you could see the sort of response that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was giving to the people of Mandya over here, especially because they showered him with flowers. But in return, you're also seeing Prime Minister Modi showering flowers on certain sections of the people along the roadshow, which was quite unexpected as well. So huge rousing reception for Prime Minister, and also there are chants of not only Modi, but also chants of Vishwamanava, a leader, a world leader who has come here to their land to go on present himself before the people too. So massive reception for Prime Minister Narendra Modi every time that he visits Karnataka as well. And now on our visuals, we are also seeing that this is the last stretch of the roadshow, where he is passing from the Mahavir circle towards the Nanda circle as well. And this is something which we are expecting, where the Prime Minister is waving at the people even as they are showering flowers on him as well. And this will continue till the Prime Minister goes on and reaches the National Expressway, because at the National National Expressway. It is now being understood that this roadshow will go on and which will go on and end as well. So this is definitely quite massive that this particular roadshow for Prime Minister Narendra Modi has gone on to exceed all expectations, and for the first time in Mandya in many years, in over 2 decades, we are seeing that this entire district across all the constituencies, assembly constituencies, we are seeing a sea of saffron, and it is quite important from the election perspective as well for the BJP to go on and establish their foothold in Mandya as well, and especially in the old Mysuru region, where they will be looking to increase their tally from around anywhere between 35 to 40 seats as well, which would definitely go on and provide the much needed boost for the BJP party being led by Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai and B.S. Yediyurappa in Karnataka ahead of the assembly elections.
Right. Well, Prajwal is getting us all the top details right now. So, mega road show there happening in Mandya. That's what we are getting for you. Live visuals coming in of the Prime Minister's road show. And we also know that the Prime Minister is very keen on development and on making sure that India's vision of becoming a self-reliant economy, of having world-class infrastructure comes true. The rapid pace of development of infrastructure projects has been a testament to the vision of the Prime Minister to ensure world-class connectivity across the country. So that is something very important, Prajwal. Take our viewers through exactly why infrastructure has been a very important part of the Prime Minister's vision for our nation.
When it comes to infrastructure, especially for the people of Mandya across all the assembly constituencies, now and again they have always stuck with the traditional parties, mainly the JDS over here, because it is always considered to be a stronghold of the JDS, a JDS bastion as well. And now people are complaining that they do not have proper infrastructure in the form of roads, in the form of hospitals, education, as well as drinking water facilities, because mainly the people of Mandya have been barred of drinking water facilities, and more so they have suffered too, especially during drought seasons as well, because it is not only the drinking water, but also people will need water for irrigation as well, because this is not only a sugar belt, not only a white revolution is happening in Mandya, but also a green revolution as well, where hundreds of acres of plantations where the crops are being grown by the farmers, which do not receive which do not receive timely water too. And this is something which Prime Minister Modi has gone on to stress, that the farmers are the backbone of the country, farmers are the backbone of economy, and it is no different in Karnataka as well. So therefore, these developmental push by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his vision for Karnataka is something which is detailed but also specific, going on to address problems to the point, mainly in healthcare. If you're looking at Mandya district, if you're looking at the number of people, the size of the population and the number of hospital, it will not correlate, or it will not respond, it will definitely not collaborate with the fact that the number of people who want treatment are more, but the number of hospitals are quite less, and therefore people are forced to visit Tier 1 cities, which now Prime Minister Narendra Modi is trying to go on and eliminate by bringing in government super speciality hospitals as well. Now we are speaking about a hospital which will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Mainly this will go on and act as a support for expecting mothers as well as just born babies too, so that they can receive expert care and treatment in their own place as well, which will help them too, and it will go on and save them cost, it will go on save them time as well, and precious lives will also be saved too. So that is something very important. Jal Jeevan Mission, as we were going on and speaking about, 64% of the entire state of Karnataka will be covered. 30,368 crore rupees is what we are going on and speaking about here. Clean drinking water facilities at your doorsteps, in your taps too. And the connectivity and infrastructure is something which has always been spoken about, which is much wanted as well, because it will eliminate the entire logistical effort which goes into the entire making, and it will definitely go on and increase the profits for the farmers as well. So this is something which has now and again been spoken about too. And infrastructure is not only being limited to Tier 1 cities, infrastructure is now being extended to Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities as well, because connectivity will go on and prove to be a key aspect in this entire issue too, so that it will, the urban and rural divide will also be bridged, which has now and again been stressed upon, so that everybody can go on, get in the equal share as well. So this is something which has now and again been focused on as well. And education has always always been important. It has been in the forefront as well. We are speaking about Indian Institute of Science. We are speaking about IITs. We have seen IITs in Surathkal. We have seen IITs across Karnataka. Mainly when it came to Dharwad, they needed an IIT because of the sheer number of institutions, mainly educational institutions in the primary and secondary educational sectors as well. Therefore, the twin cities of Hubli, Dharwad needed an IIT as well. And Prime Minister did go on and promise in 2019 when he had come to Karnataka that Dharwad will definitely be seeing an IIT in the near future. And that future is here, and today the phase 1 of the project will also be inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Dharwad too.
Right. Also, we know that the Jal Jeevan Mission and a hospital in Dharwad, that is also something which will be inaugurated. These two projects will be inaugurated as well. So this is not just about the infrastructure projects. It's also other things such as water, safe water, such as health. Now, water and health has always been of prime importance in a country like India. So tell us a little bit about when we can expect the inauguration of the other projects later in the day.
And now, post Prime Minister Narendra Modi finishing his inauguration of the express highway, will be leaving for Hubballi Dharwad, after which he will go on and inaugurate the longest platform of the railway station anywhere between 3:30 to 3:45. At 3:45, he is expected to arrive at IIT Dharwad, and by 4:10, he will be expected to finish the inauguration as well. Apart from which, he will also be inaugurating the Smart City project in Hubballi, which is worth 161 crore rupees too. So all in all, it's a tight packed schedule for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Karnataka, where he will finish the visit of the state by 4:30, which is the expected time as well. And now looking at the roadshow itself, took in a huge amount of time too, because initially it was expected that it will end anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes, but we have already seen that it's already been over 40 minutes now, is what we get to understand, that he's still been on the roadshow, because it was initially expected that he would zip past, but now we are looking at the sort of reception that was there, and therefore Prime Minister Modi is going on slowly, taking his time, trying to go on and give out a message to the people, a strong point stating that he's there to stay with the people as well. So the entire day schedule of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is now there between 3 to 4:30. He will finish all the developmental projects in Kittur, Karnataka region worth over 7,300 crore rupees, and he will be expected to leave from the Hubballi Air Force base at 4:30 to New Delhi.
All right. Well, Prajwal, keep getting us all the updates right now. And we are seeing that the Prime Minister inaugurating the slew of projects in Polbound, Karnataka. The visuals coming in right now of the roadshow in Mandya, where the Prime Minister will be inaugurating the projects as well. And the Prime Minister is in Mandya right now. Very big and rousing welcome for the Prime Minister. You can see that he's now stepped out of the cavalcade and he is waving to the crowd, celebrations and dances being performed right over there in Mandya.
एक प्लान है कि जो एक्सप्रेस हाईवे के जो दोनों साइड में जमीन है, वहाँ पर नेशनल हाईवे अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया जो है कॉम्प्लेक्सेस बनाएगी, एजुकेशनल कॉम्प्लेक्सेस बनाने के लिए जगह देगी। राज्य सरकार को इस क्षेत्र में इंडस्ट्रीज कॉरिडोर बनाने के लिए जगह दी जाएगी। तो ये तमाम चीजें सड़क के साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं। कनेक्टिविटी एक अहम ब्रिज है इस पूरे डेवलपमेंट के लिए, इस इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए। और अब इस शहर में जो डेवलपमेंट इन तमाम शहरों में जो छोटे शहर हैं इस सड़क से जुड़े, यहाँ पर भी डेवलपमेंट और ग्रोथ के लिए काफी स्कोप बढ़ाया जा सकता है। तो यही वजह है कि एक एक्सप्रेसवे अगर एक शहर दो शहरों को जोड़ता है तो उसके बीच का जो रास्ता होता है उसके हर एक पड़ाव पर इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ और आर्थिक ग्रोथ और सामाजिक एम्पावरमेंट यानी सोशल एम्पावरमेंट।
All right, so The visuals there of the Prime Minister who is just stepped out of the cavalcade, and he's waving to everyone who has come there to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister, to give him a rousing welcome. Mega celebrations taking place as well, as the Prime Minister is all set to unveil the expressway. Remember that the 10-lane Bengaluru-Mysuru highway project that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister, and it promises to reduce travel time there in Karnataka. Also, we are seeing multiple projects which will be later on inaugurated in the afternoon. Right now, the Prime Minister's visit to Karnataka began, and the foundation stone of the projects worth more than 16,000 crores will be launched. This is the Prime Minister's sixth visit to the poll-bound Karnataka this year itself. Remember that assembly elections in the state are due somewhere between April and May. The Prime Minister dedicating and laying the foundation stone of key road projects there, and at around 3:15 p.m. he will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of various development initiatives in Hubli, Dharwad. And remember that the entire focus of the Prime Minister has been on infrastructure projects and development. So the rapid pace of development of infrastructure projects has been a testament to the vision of the Prime Minister to ensure the world-class connectivity across the country. And the Prime Minister will dedicate the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway to the nation. Earlier, the Prime Minister described the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway as an important connectivity project that will contribute to Karnataka's growth trajectory. Now, this is a 118-kilometer expressway. It's built at the cost of 8,000 plus crores. It will reduce the travel time between Bengaluru and Mysuru from 3.5 hours to just 1.5 hours. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's also joining us live, and he has been covering the roadshow from ground. Prajwal, coming back to you right now, just take us through what is happening.
Now, this is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's gone on to end his roadshow at the Nanda Circle, and he's moved towards the Bengaluru-Mysuru Express Highway, where troops of artists, as I was saying, who have put on a cultural display from across Karnataka, are showcasing their talent to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over here and performing the cultural arts of the land over here. What you are seeing over there is Dollu Kunita, which is traditional art which is being performed there by the students. We're also seeing Kamsale and also flags of state of Karnataka, which is flying high out there, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeting all these participants here, and majority of these participants are children who have come out in large numbers, not only from Bengaluru or from Mandya, but across from the entire state of Karnataka there as well. And as he's finally taken his 50 meters walk, he is also been briefed by the top leaders about what these cultural arts are, how they represent the unity and the integrity of the entire state of Karnataka, and how key they are as well for their survival too. And especially now we also get to understand that the Mandya MP, independent MP Sumalata, will also be presenting him the famous organic jaggery from Mandya, because Mandya is called as sugar city because it also has the highest number of sugarcane growers. After you look at the North Karnataka region, mainly the Maharashtra Karnataka region from Belgavi, this is basically called as Sakkare Nadu, or the city of sugar, and therefore they are also going on to give out organic jaggery as well to Prime Minister Modi, is what we get to understand now. And finally, after which he will be briefed about all these arts. He will now finally be going off to Gejalagere, which is another over 4.5 to 5 kilometers is the journey, but that he will be going in his convoy by road, and finally he will go on and address the huge gathering of over 1 lakh people who will be eagerly awaiting to listen to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to go on and deliver his speech ahead of the elections. But that will happen only after he launches, he symbolically launches off all these developmental projects on the stage in the presence of Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, as well as B.S. Yediyurappa and the other top leaders of the BJP in Karnataka.
All right, so Prajwal is getting us all the top details right now, where we are seeing the Prime Minister has come out. He is waving to the crowd, and cultural program being put out by the artists there. The cultural program is happening as we speak. The expressway that the Prime Minister will inaugurate is very important because it is expected to act like a catalyst for socio-economic development in the region. The high-speed corridor is being built in a couple of phases as well. The highway has an elevated corridor that is 8 kilometers long, 42 small bridges, 64 underpasses, 11 overpasses, and 4 road overbridges and 5 bypasses. So the Prime Minister there in Karnataka. Now the Prime Minister, like Prajwal was saying, will also inaugurate other projects later in the afternoon. He will inaugurate and lay the foundation stones of a 4-lane highway and among other projects which will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. He will also dedicate to the nation the electrification of a section there and also a smart city, the Hubballi-Dharwad smart city as well. The Prime Minister will inaugurate the smart city of Hubballi-Dharwad, and that can be expected later on. Taking a very short break, much more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka and MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस. किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन
करना? साहब तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी.
अच्छा.
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी ट्रेन करो. जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा. एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, दे गेट द बेस्ट, आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम.
Focusing about the future of your party, 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी आल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल. आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are 2 pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpalli. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpalli?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned so many, शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज। हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड my each and every part of my body was paining, it was crying, muscles were sore। मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka and MLS Assam is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं and then you start special forces, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस, किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वाज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी,
अच्छा,
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट।
किया जा रहा है ये भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आयशा, यहाँ पे हम कह सकते हैं रिकॉर्ड टाइम में ये परियोजना को खत्म किया गया और आज हम इसको देख रहे हैं।
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। इस परियोजना को रिकॉर्ड टाइम में पूरा किया गया और इसे 2 फेज में बांटा गया था, जिससे बैंगलोर से निदगट्टा और फिर निदगट्टा से मैसूर, यानी दोनों तरफ से ये सड़क बनकर तैयार हुई। यानी
All right, so there you see visuals of Prime Minister Modi in Mandya district. In fact, just a short while back, Prime Minister also held a massive road show where you saw how he was given a rousing welcome as he reached in Mandya district. We're given to understand several projects amounting to crores of rupees are all set to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. So it's after that roadshow which happened just a short while back that Prime Minister would be launching key projects. One of course being the Bengaluru-Mysuru E-way, which expressway, beg your pardon, which is going to reduce the travel time significantly. In fact, there are other projects also that would be inaugurated by the Prime Minister in Karnataka. Visuals that came in earlier where you saw how Prime Minister was showered with flowers by several locals and the BJP workers who had gathered for the roadshow which was held in Mandya district of Karnataka. Later in the day, we're given to understand that the Prime Minister would be dedicating to the nation the electrification of section of a railway network and the upgradation of Hosapet station for boosting connectivity in the region. So a host of projects that would be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. The visuals there on your screens that show how he was given a rousing welcome as Prime Minister held that massive roadshow in the Mandya district of Karnataka.
Now we are also looking at these visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is going here and looking at the blueprint of all the developmental projects that he will be inaugurating, and also all these projects where he will be laying the foundation stone off, and he's being accompanied by Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai and the Union Minister for Road and Transport Nitin Gadkari as well. There was a blueprint of the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway which was being explained in detail by the project manager and engineer who was accompanying the Prime Minister too, and this is mainly being seen as a downlay of the entire projects which are being inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi today in Karnataka. And mainly when it comes to connectivity, when we are speaking about the electricity of the Hospete Hubli and the Tina Ghat railway line, we are speaking not about just 100 or 200 kilometers, but we are speaking about 245 railway kilometers, and this entire project is costing around 519 crore rupees, and this route will go on and cover around 7 districts, and we are looking at the Vijayanagara, Koppal, Gadag, Dharwad, Uttara Kannada and Belagavi districts in itself, apart from Hubballi and Dharwad as well. And now this also goes on and promotes sustainable development in the area by reducing pollution, because more and more people will be taking to the railways, and also we're looking at seamless train operation on electric traction as well, and this will also be one of the largest platforms too in Hubballi. And mainly when it comes to the upgradation of the Hospete station, this entire project costs 13 crore rupees, and this will mainly go on and provide convenient and modern facilities to the tourists, and it will be designed to reassemble the monuments of Hampi as well. And now these are live visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Gejjalagere, where he will be addressing anywhere between 1 to 1.5 lakh people. A huge number of people for the first time in Mandya for the BJP party, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is shortly expected to go on and address this crowd.
Who's live in Mandya, where Prime Minister Modi is all set to inaugurate a lot of projects, one of course being that expressway. We are also given to understand Prime Minister would be dedicating to the nation the longest railway platform in the world. The visuals there on your screens right now of Prime Minister Modi, who's seen in fact a lot of gathering there, people gathered in large numbers to hear Prime Minister Modi in just a while from now. A lot of projects that would be inaugurated. Just a short while back, Prime Minister also held that massive roadshow where he was given a rousing welcome. Flower petals that were showered as his convoy passed through that area in Mandya where he held that roadshow.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned so many. शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज। हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड my each and every part of my body was paining, it was crying. मसल्स वर सोर, मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं एंड देन यू स्टार्ट स्पेशल फोर्सेस, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस। किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कल साहब, तो ही वॉज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी।
अच्छा।
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप उनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुकरी।
Thank you so much. It's indeed a matter of pride for both NHAI and the Road Transport Ministry, as such projects bring people together with faster connectivity. Request for welcome speech of Honorable Nitin Gadkari ji. Welcome, sir.
Swagat Sona Sanmanya Shri Nitin Gadkari Avaranu.
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री बसवराज जी, मेरे मंत्रिमंडल के सहयोगी आदरणीय प्रहलाद जी, आदरणीय सांसद प्रताप सिम्हा जी, ऑनरेबल MP श्रीमती सुमलता जी, मंच पर उपस्थित सभी सांसदगण, विधायकगण और मंत्रीगण, आज का दिन ये कर्नाटक के इतिहास का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। बेंगलोर हमारे लिए, देश के लिए ग्रोथ इंजन है, IT कैपिटल है, और मैसूर हमारे इतिहास, विरासत और संस्कृति का प्रतीक है। इन दोनों शहरों के बीच में आज बेंगलोर से मैसूर तक ये महामार्ग का जो निर्माण हुआ है, एक्सिस कंट्रोल, ये निश्चित रूप से
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Bonpal. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Bonpal?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned so many, शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड माई ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ माई बॉडी वॉज पेनिंग, इट वॉज क्राइंग, मसल्स वॉज सोर। मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLA's son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLAs. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if local...
The Republic has reached the residence of Pulwama martyr's widow Manju Jat, who's been reportedly kept under detention at her residence, her rented accommodation in Jaipur. The visuals there very disturbing, of which shows the plight of the widow, who's in not in a good condition. The police force, we understand, have also been deployed outside her rented accommodation in Jaipur. In fact, Republic is there at her location while she is in not in a good state.
क्या पुलिस वालों ने यहाँ कैद कर रखा है आपको?
मंजू जी पूरी बात बताइए, क्या पुलिस वालों ने आपको कैद किया हुआ है क्या? आपने कुछ खाना खाया है कि नहीं खाया अभी? आप ही तो घर में जाओ। पिछले 11 दिनों से मंजू जाट जो प्रदर्शन कर रही थी अचानक से गायब हुई। 3 बजे उठा दिया गया और ये तस्वीरें मंजू जाट दिखा रही हैं अपने मोबाइल में कि किस तरीके से उन्हें चोट पहुंचाई गई है। ये चोट आप देख सकते हैं, ये मंजू जाट अपने हाथों से अपने मोबाइल से ये चीज दिखा रही हैं कि इन्हें पीटा गया है, लाठियां इन पर बरसाई गई हैं। ये चोट के निशान मंजू जाट अपने फोटो दिखा रही हैं कि किस तरीके से इन्हें चोट पहुंचाई गई है। आपको कहाँ ये आपको उस वक्त मारा गया था जब धरने से उठा रहे थे? हाँ, इनकी पीड़ा समझी जा सकती है। ये दुखी हैं, पीड़ित हैं। इनका कहना है, जो इनकी केयर टेकर है उनका कहना ये है, पारिवारिक सदस्य जो उनके साथ में हैं उनका कहना ये है कि सरकार से बहुत ज्यादा पीड़ित हो चुकी हैं। 4-5 दिन से इनका कोई पता नहीं था कि ये कहाँ है। कल देर रात को ये यहाँ पुलिस इनको लेकर के आई है और अचानक से ला करके इनको छोड़ दिया गया है। इनके बहुत ज्यादा चोटें आई हैं, जिस तरीके से इनके पारिवारिक सदस्यों ने बताया है उसी से पीड़ित ये हैं। बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पे आपको इनकी स्थिति खराब लग रही होगी। बहरहाल सरकार की जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि अस्पताल में इस वीरांगना को एडमिट कराना चाहिए था, इनका इलाज कराना चाहिए था, लेकिन अभी तक कोई सुध यहाँ सरकार और प्रशासन ने नहीं।
मैं आपके सामने खड़ा हूं और आप ये मानकर चलिए, यदि कहीं इस मामले में भी किसी से भी मुझे बात करनी पड़े तो मैं कोशिश करूंगा, मुख्यमंत्री जी से भी बात करूंगा। और सरकार का हमेशा दिल बड़ा होता है। सरकार चाहे किसी भी पार्टी की, उसको दिल बहुत बड़ा रखना पड़ता है। 4 कदम पीछे हटाने पड़े तो सरकार को हटाने ही पड़ते हैं। मेरी ये सोच है खुद की, तो मेरी सोच के अनुसार कहीं बात करनी पड़ेगी तो करेंगे। और बात करके राजस्थान में इतना अच्छा बजट देने के बाद, इतना सब काम अच्छे हो रहे हैं, उसके बाद यदि 4 कदम हमें पीछे हटाने पड़े, बात करनी पड़े तो करेंगे।
डील करने में कहीं हुआ है कोई?
देखिए, हमने तो ये सारा काम मामला सब निपट गया था, आप खुद जानते हो कि, लेकिन फिर भी एक पावर है वो सुदर्शन चक्र वाला। वो कहावत है ना कि हानि लाभ यश अपयश जय पराजय, समस्याओं का समाधान सब विधि आते हैं, विधि सुदर्शन चक्र वाले के हाथ में। अब क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, ये तो राम जाने, भगवान की कृपा जैसे भी। लेकिन अब भी ये एक अच्छी बात है कि डॉक्टर साहब के चोट नहीं लगी और कोई इस तरह की बात नहीं हुई। ये तो मैं तो भगवान को शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। और जो स्थिति बनी उसमें ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, नहीं होनी चाहिए। मैं तो अधिकारियों से भी कहूंगा कि इस तरह से यदि कोई एमपी सीनियर लीडर आंदोलनकारी जाए तो पुलिस अधिकारियों की जिम्मेदारी है कि उसके सम्मान में कोई कमी नहीं आनी चाहिए। ये नहीं होता कभी कभी।
All right, we'll slip into a very short break for now, but on the other side, we'll get you the latest from West Bengal, where Vande Bharat Express has been attacked for the third time in the state.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो।
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम।
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स
बिल्कुल।
जी।
आपकी फौज में भी यही है, डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू। आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना। यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग। सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से।
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpalli. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpalli?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, वेदर इट्स कुंग फू, वेदर इट्स अदर मार्शल आर्ट्स दैट यू हैव लर्नड सो मेनी, शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था। वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज। हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था, 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था 20 मिनट में, एंड लाइक अ डॉग ऑन हैंड एंड फीट वी हैड टू क्रॉल बैक द हिल, देन वी हैड टू बी इन अ स्क्वाट पोजीशन फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 आवर, और हमारी टांगें ऐसी हिल रही होती थी, एंड my each and every part of my body was paining, it was crying, muscles were sore। मतलब उस वक्त मैं कॉम्बी फ्रेम होती थी, कॉम्बी फ्रेम ले लेके ट्रेनिंग करता था मैं।
Bharatiya Janata Party is making it very clear that look, it's our own government, but we are starting our own investigation. We are doing it. What moral ground can K. Kavita or Manish Sisodia take?
Karnataka, an MLS son is caught with 8 crores. They want to do an investigation with Lokayukta. Now in Telangana, we red-handedly caught agents of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to purchase our MLS. And CBI comes over, takes over the entire investigation and says states cannot do it, we will do it. Now in Karnataka, if Lokayukta can do it, why in Telangana SIT cannot do it?
आप इंडिया आते हैं एंड देन यू स्टार्ट स्पेशल फोर्सेस, NSG, गरुड़, मार्कोस। किस तरीके से ये सफर शुरू हुआ स्पेशल फोर्सेस को ट्रेन करने?
कर्नल साहब, तो ही वाज एट दैट टाइम CEO of 6AR, और पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी उन्होंने मुझे दी।
अच्छा।
टू ट्रेन हिज रेजिमेंट, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि आप इनको नाइफ टू नाइफ कॉम्बैट में खुखरी ट्रेन करो। जब मैंने ADG इन्फेंट्री के सामने वो डेमो दिया और उनको वो बहुत अलग लिखा, एज लॉन्ग एज आवर सोल्जर्स आर सेफ, they get the best, I have no problem.
तो Focusing about the future of your party. 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स.
बिल्कुल.
जी.
आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses.
Alright, we start with a news break that's just coming in from the national capital, where the Delhi Bar Association called bar girls to dance inside the court premises. We are given to understand that many judges were also invited as guests. So the visuals there on your screens right now that have surfaced. Let's go across to Swapnil Kothari also joining us. Mr. Kothari, if I can get your first reaction to this. The basic question here being, is this even allowed inside the court premises?
Well, the answer to that is absolutely no. I would be even, very shocked to see if people played Holi inside the court premises. I may pardon that at the end of the day as long as it's just Holi, but nevertheless, it's still not done, and much less to have even bar dancers for that matter. So I think this is something which the Delhi High Court needs to look at it very seriously, that something of this is happening within the lower courts which are below its jurisdiction and which it falls under the supervisory jurisdiction of the Delhi High Court. And it needs to look at it very seriously and take a suo motu action against it, and hopefully snatch a few licenses of practicing advocates who have indulged in this sort of a thing, or who have even permitted this sort of a ghastly act. In my opinion, it's not something which is done absolutely because the judiciary is the last repository of the trust of 125 crore people. And to see this happening within the premises of the judiciary is something which is absolutely unpardonable. And this is clearly an indication, and to me it amounts to some sort of lowering the reputation of the judiciary, or should I say contempt of court.
All right.
In that manner.
Yes, Mr. Kothari, we'll have to leave it at that. So absolutely shocking there. The visuals on your screens remains to be seen if the court takes cognizance of this or not. And in some good news that's just coming in, Virat Kohli has bagged the 28th test century on day 4 of the 4th test against Australia in Ahmedabad. So, of course, Virat Kohli there continuing with his centuries. And in fact, this is the 28th test century that he's achieved on day 4 of the 4th test against Australia in Ahmedabad.
ಕಿಸಾನ್ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ ಯೋಜನೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಗಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಕಿಸಾನ್ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ ಯೋಜನೆ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ 16,500 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ.
Focusing about the future of your party. 21 years after it was founded, now you've taken the national foray. The BRS has come into the picture. You're looking at stitching an alliance, and which becomes far more difficult. We've seen in multiple states there isn't any coordination between the opposition parties. So how exactly are you really looking at?
Our goal right now for 2024 is to dislodge the current Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center. For that goal, whoever has a similar line of thinking, we will work with them. KCR Garu had gone to meet Mamta Di, then he has gone to meet Uddhav Thackeray ji, Sharad Pawar ji. Every single politician in this country, Honorable KCR Garu has approached to make sure there is a understanding.
कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स लड़ाई झगड़े खून खराबे से ज्यादा आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हार्मनी ऑल्सो.
सर इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम.
पूरा मार्शल आर्ट्स
बिल्कुल. आपकी फौज में भी यही है. डिसिप्लिन, माइंड, बॉडी एंड स्पिरिट इज इन कमांड ऑफ यू. आपके पास गन है बट आप किसी सिविलियन को गुस्सा आते गोली तो नहीं मार देते ना. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट. दैट कंट्रोल कम्स फ्रॉम द माइंड एंड फ्रॉम द ट्रेनिंग. सो दैट जो आर्मी में हम बोलते हैं फोर्स कंटिन्यूम, किस फोर्स पे कितना फोर्स देना है, ये मेंटल कंट्रोल ट्रेनिंग से आता है, करेक्ट ट्रेनिंग से.
I see there are two pictures that have been doing the rounds, and you are seen in that picture along with Arun Ramachandra Pillai and Abhishek Boinpally. Both of them happen to be accused in that case. You are not an accused. Do you know Mr. Pillai and Mr. Boinpally?
A few of them I know, I might have known. Point here is, how are these few people that I know have been treated by ED? There are ED excesses today, there are IT excesses today, there are CBI excesses today happening in this country on the behest of a political party in power.
Right now we are in the Kheri area that falls in the Garota police station, where 5 HE-36 grenades were recovered by the Jammu and Kashmir police, out of which 3 have been destroyed, 2 are yet to be destroyed. But this is a major tragedy that has been averted by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The Jammu and Kashmir police senior officials are here at the spot at the ground zero. It was at around 2 in the afternoon when these grenades were recovered. This is a major tragedy that has been averted by the security forces.
ये शाओलिन का मामला, ये मार्शल आर्ट्स का, whether it's kung fu, whether it's other martial arts that you've learned so many, शाओलिन कितना टफ था?
सर बहुत टफ था. वहाँ 6 दिन 7 घंटा हर रोज. हमारा पहला एक्सरसाइज होता था, 1000 मीटर का पहाड़ है, उसको हमको भागना पड़ता था.
Prime Minister Modi holds mega roadshow in Mandya, set to inaugurate plethora of projects in pole-bound Karnataka. Vande Bharat targeted for the 5th time, 3rd time in West Bengal, probe order into the attack. Days after going missing, Pulwama widow tracked. Manju Jat alleges beaten up by police in detention. Concerns over rising H3N2 cases, 2 deaths, over 400 cases reported. The centre seeks more surveillance. Key annual RSS meet begins, focus on social harmony, developing sense of self-reliance among people. After Prime Minister Modi raises the issue, Albanese assures India that religious places will not be attacked in Australia, and this is unacceptable. Good afternoon, you're watching Live and Breaking at 1 p.m. I'm Suesha Samant, getting you all the top stories we're tracking this Sunday afternoon. But first up, as we begin this edition, Republic has reached the residence of Pulwama martyr's widow, Manju Jat. where she has been reportedly kept under detention. Police force has also been deployed outside her rented accommodation. Republic was the first team to have tracked her down after they protested for nearly 10 days outside the residence of not just the chief minister where they tried to reach, but even the deputy chief minister, and listen in to the sort of treatment that they have been subject to all these days.
अमान तो बोली रात ने 1 बजे आई जने हाल तेरी से मैं पहली कता परेशान करे जा गुपत जगह राख पहले से मैं तो खुद रो रे का जगह ढूंढी कौन पा रहे से कड़े ने मारी भौजाई से
आपकी भौजाई है। अच्छा, आपको पता नहीं लग रहा था कि इतने दिनों से ये कहाँ
कड़े न छी 3-4 दिन से पतो ही गुंसो।
तो आपको कल पता लगा जब 1 बजे आई?
हाँ, 1 बजे मारो भाई खियो मीडिया जना गाल गया रात का 1 बजे।
1 बजे बाद मतलब कि इतने 4 दिनों तक आपको ये पता नहीं था कि आपकी ये मंजू जाट कहाँ
है? सार बड़ बीट मार लिया चा, भाई भी खूब ढूंढ लिया चा, माँ बाप भी, सास ससुरा भी खूब रो रहा चा, पर पता ही ना रात ने 1 बजे आई चिया।
आप भावुक मत होइए, आप ये बताइए कि इनको कितनी चोट पहुंचाई गई, क्योंकि आपको तो इन्होंने इशारे में बताया है।
इशारा में यहाँ खटाना है, खूब जगह दिया है, देख भी कौन पाओ जो
बहुत बुरी तरह मारा गया है।
बुरी तरह मारे गया है।
तो अभी पुलिस वाले कह रहे हैं कि हमने तो हॉस्पिटल जाने के लिए मना नहीं किया।
खुद कौन जा बचा रही है, वो हॉस्पिटल आए हैं कर मन तो मन ही जाए, अब मैं ले जाऊं तो जाऊं, मना करे चाहे।
इन्होंने तय कर लिया कि मरना है।
हाँ, मना कर।
नाराजगी किससे? सरकार से?
सरकार से, मुख्यमंत्री से,
अशोक गहलोत से नाराज।
हाँ, विश्व है नाराज। क्यों आई सुनाई उनके 12-13 दिन सुर फिर अचानक ठा लेगा नहीं।
अच्छा, अचानक से इनको उठा ले गए, इसी बात से नाराज
और गुपत जगह राख बेले परेशान कर सब चीज से नाराज है, परेशान है।
पिछले 11 दिनों से मंजू जाट जो प्रदर्शन कर रही थी अचानक से गायब हुई। 3 बजे उठा दिया गया और ये तस्वीरें मंजू जाट दिखा रही हैं अपने मोबाइल में कि किस तरीके से उन्हें चोट पहुंचाई गई है। ये चोट आप देख सकते हैं, ये मंजू जाट अपने हाथों से अपने मोबाइल से ये चीज दिखा रही हैं कि इन्हें पीटा गया है, लाठियां इन पर बरसाई गई हैं। ये चोट के निशान मंजू जाट अपने फोटो दिखा रही हैं कि किस तरीके से इन्हें चोट पहुंचाई गई है। आपको कहाँ ये आपको उस वक्त मारा गया था जब धरने से उठा रहे थे? यहाँ इनकी पीड़ा समझी जा सकती है, ये दुखी हैं, पीड़ित हैं। इनका कहना है, जो इनकी केयर टेकर है उनका कहना ये है, पारिवारिक सदस्य जो उनके साथ में हैं उनका कहना ये है कि सरकार से बहुत ज्यादा पीड़ित हो चुकी हैं। 4-5 दिन से इनका कोई पता नहीं था कि ये कहाँ है। कल देर रात को ये यहाँ पुलिस इनको लेकर के आई है और अचानक से ला करके इनको छोड़ दिया गया है। इनके बहुत ज्यादा चोटें आई हैं, जिस तरीके से इनके पारिवारिक सदस्यों ने बताया है उसी से पीड़ित ये हैं। बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पे आपको इनकी स्थिति खराब लग रही होगी। बहरहाल सरकार की जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि अस्पताल में इस वीरांगना को एडमिट कराना चाहिए था, इनका इलाज कराना चाहिए था, लेकिन अभी तक कोई सुध यहाँ सरकार और प्रशासन ने नहीं ली है।
क्या पुलिस वालों ने यहाँ कैद कर रखा है आपको?
मंजू जी, पूरी बात बताइए, क्या पुलिस वालों ने आपको कैद किया हुआ है क्या? आपने कुछ खाना खाया है कि नहीं खाया अभी? आप ही तो घर में जाओ,
करना है क्या कर? मंजू जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहती हैं मंजू जी हमसे तो आप कह सकती हैं। अच्छा, खाना पीना नहीं खाना इसलिए बोल रहे हैं।
क्या पुलिस ने परेशान किया है बहुत? हाँ, मारा पीटा है क्या आपको?
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹೋದರ ಸಹೋದರಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ताई भुवनेश्वरी को भी मेरा नमस्कार. मैं आदि चुनचुनागिरी और मेलुकोटे के गुरुओं के सामने भी नमन करता हूं, उनके आशीर्वाद की कामना करता हूं.
ತಾಯಿ ಭುವನೇಶ್ವರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ನಾನು ಆದಿಚುಂಚನಗಿರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಮೇಲುಕೋಟೆಯ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೂ ನಮನಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನ ಬೇಡುತ್ತೇನೆ.
बीते कुछ समय में मुझे कर्नाटका के अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में जनता जनार्दन के दर्शन का अवसर मिला है. हर जगह कर्नाटका की जनता अभूतपूर्व आशीर्वाद दे रही है और मंड्या के लोगों के तो आशीर्वाद में भी मिठास होती है. सक्करे नगरा मधुर मंड्या. मंड्या के इस प्यार से, इस सत्कार से मैं अभिभूत हूं. मैं आप सभी का सर झुका करके वंदन करता हूं.
ಕೆಲವು ಸಮಯಗಳಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಜನಾರ್ದನರ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡುವ ಅವಕಾಶ ಲಭಿಸಿದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಜನತೆಯ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಮಂಡ್ಯದ ಜನರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದ ಸವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಧುರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದೆ. ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯ ನಗರ ಮಧುರ ಮಂಡ್ಯದ ಈ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಈ ಸತ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಿಂದು ಪುನೀತನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಶಿರಬಾಗಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರವನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ.
डबल इंजन सरकार का ये निरंतर प्रयास है कि आपके इस प्यार के, आपका जो ऋण है उसको हम ब्याज सहित चुकाएं, तेज विकास करके चुकाएं. अभी हजारों करोड़ रुपए के जिन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट का शिलान्यास और लोकार्पण यहां हुआ है, ये इसी प्रयास का हिस्सा है.
ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಿರಂತರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಈ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಋಣವನ್ನ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಸಹಿತವಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದಿರುಗಿಸುವಂತದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ವೇಗದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ತೀರಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಶಿಲಾನ್ಯಾಸ ಮತ್ತು ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನದ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿದೆ.
बीते कई दिनों से देश में बेंगलुरु मैसूरू एक्सप्रेसवे की बहुत चर्चा है. सोशल मीडिया पर एक्सप्रेसवे से जुड़ी तस्वीरें वायरल हो रही है. हर देशवासी की, हमारे युवाओं की ये इच्छा रही है कि ऐसे शानदार आधुनिक एक्सप्रेसवे भारत में हर जगह बने. आज वो बेंगलुरु मैसूरू एक्सप्रेसवे को देखकर हमारे देश के युवा गर्व से भरे हुए हैं. इस एक्सप्रेसवे से मैसूरू और बेंगलुरु के बीच का समय अब आधे से भी कम रह गया है।
ಕೆಲವು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮೈಸೂರು ಎಕ್ಸ್‌ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ವೇಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್‌ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ವೇಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಚಿತ್ರಗಳು ವೈರಲ್ ಆಗಿವೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಭಾರತೀಯನಿಗೂ ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರತಿ ಯುವಕನಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ದೇಶದ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳು ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವವಾಗಿ ಆಧುನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಈ ಹೆದ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಆ ಯುವಕರ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಗರ್ವ ಮೂಡಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದ ಪ್ರಯಾಣದ ಸಮಯ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಕಡಿಮೆಯಾಗಿದೆ.
आज मैसूरू कुशलनगर 4 लेन का भी शिलान्यास हुआ है। ये सभी प्रोजेक्ट्स इस क्षेत्र में सबका विकास को और गति देंगे, समृद्धि के रास्ते खोलेंगे। आप सभी को कनेक्टिविटी के इन प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई।
ಇವತ್ತು ಮೈಸೂರು ಮತ್ತು ಕುಶಾಲನಗರದ ಚತುಷ್ಪಥ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಶಿಲಾನ್ಯಾಸವೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ವಿಕಾಸದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೇಗವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ, ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯ ರಹದಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ತೆರೆಯುತ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು.
भारत में जब भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के विजन से जुड़ी चर्चा होती है तब दो महान विभूतियों का नाम हमेशा अग्रणी रहता है। कृष्ण राजा वडियार और सर एम विश्वेश्वरैया, ये दोनों महापुरुष इसी धरती के संतान थे और उन्होंने पूरे देश को एक नई दृष्टि दी, ताकत दी। इन महान विभूतियों ने आपदा को अवसर में बदला, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का महत्व समझा और ये आज की पीढ़ियों का सौभाग्य है। पूर्वजों की तपस्या का उन्हें आज लाभ मिल रहा है।
ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳ ದೂರದರ್ಶಿತ್ವದ ಜೊತೆಗಿನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ ಆವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮಹಾನ್ ವಿಭೂತಿ ಪುರುಷರ ಹೆಸರು ಅಗ್ರಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಿಲ್ತದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣರಾಜ ಒಡೆಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಎಂ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯನವರು. ಈ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮಹಾಪುರುಷರನ್ನ ಈ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಭೂಮಿ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದೆ. ಈ ಮಹಾನ್ ಪುರುಷರ ಆಪತ್ತನ್ನ, ಸಂಕಷ್ಟವನ್ನ ಅವಕಾಶವಾಗಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತಿಸುವ ದೂರದರ್ಶಿತ್ವದ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆ ಅವರ ತಪಸ್ಸಿನ ಫಲದ ಲಾಭವನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ऐसे ही महान व्यक्तित्वों से प्रेरित होकर आज देश में आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर काम हो रहा है। आज भारत माला और सागर माला योजना से कर्नाटका बदल रहा है, देश बदल रहा है। जब दुनिया कोरोना की मुश्किलों से जूझ रही थी तब भी भारत ने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के बजट को कई गुना बढ़ाया है। इस वर्ष के बजट में तो रिकॉर्ड 10 लाख करोड़ रुपए हमने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए रखे हैं।
ಇಂತಹ ಮಹಾಪುರುಷರ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ದೇಶ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾಲಾ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಗರ್ ಮಾಲಾದ ಯೋಜನೆಯ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬದಲಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ, ದೇಶ ಬದಲಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಜಗತ್ತು ಕೊರೋನಾದ ಸಂಕಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋರಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ಆಗಲೂ ಭಾರತದ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಂತೂ 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಕಾದಿರಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अपने साथ सिर्फ सुविधा नहीं लाता, बल्कि ये रोजगार लाता है, निवेश लाता है, कमाई के साधन लाता है. सिर्फ कर्नाटका में ही बीते वर्षों में 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए से अधिक हाईवे से जुड़े प्रोजेक्ट में हमने पूंजी निवेश किया है.
ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳು ತನ್ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸೌಕರ್ಯವನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ತರುವಂತದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗವನ್ನ ತರುತ್ತದೆ, ಹೂಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ತರುತ್ತದೆ, ಸಂಪಾದನೆಯ ಸಾಧನಗಳನ್ನು ತರುತ್ತದೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳೆದ ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಅಧಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಹೈವೇ ಸಂಬಂಧಿತ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
बेंगलुरु और मैसूरू दोनों कर्नाटका के महत्वपूर्ण शहर है. एक शहर को टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए जाना जाता है तो दूसरे को ट्रेडिशन के लिए. इन दोनों शहरों को आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी से जोड़ना कई अलग अलग दृष्टिकोण से बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮತ್ತು ಮೈಸೂರು ಎರಡೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣ ನಗರಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. ಒಂದು ತನ್ನ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಿತವಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತನ್ನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪರಿಚಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಎರಡೂ ನಗರಗಳ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನದ ಬಹಳ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನ ಈ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಪಡಿತದೆ.
लंबे समय से दोनों शहरों के बीच यात्रा करने वाले लोग भारी ट्रैफिक की शिकायत करते थे, लेकिन अब एक्सप्रेसवे की वजह से ये दूरी सिर्फ 1.5 घंटे में पूरी की जा सकेगी. इससे इस पूरे क्षेत्र में आर्थिक विकास की रफ्तार बहुत तेज होने वाली है.
ಬಹಳ ಸಮಯಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಎರಡು ನಗರಗಳ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಕರು ಭಾರಿ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಹನದ ದಟ್ಟಣೆಯ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ದೂರುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಹೈವೇಯ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಯಾಣದ ದೂರವನ್ನ ಕೇವಲ 1.5 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಮಾಡಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದರ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಥಿಕತೆಯ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ವೇಗವು ಹೆಚ್ಚುತ್ತದೆ.
ये एक्सप्रेसवे रामनगर और मंड्या से गुजर रहा है. यहां भी कई ऐतिहासिक धरोहर मौजूद है. इन शहरों में भी पर्यटन की संभावना बढ़ जाएगी. इससे मैसूरू तक पहुंचना आसान तो होगा ही, साथ ही मां कावेरी की जन्मस्थली कोडागु तक पहुंचना भी सरल हो जाएगा.
ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ವೇ ರಾಮನಗರ ಮತ್ತು ಮಂಡ್ಯದ ಮೂಲಕ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇದು ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುವ ಸಂಭವವಿದೆ. ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಗದ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ಜನ್ಮಸ್ಥಳವಾದ ಕೊಡಗಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಸುಲಭವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
अभी हम देखते हैं कि बरसात में लैंडस्लाइड के कारण वेस्टर्न घाट में बेंगलुरु का रास्ता अक्सर बंद हो जाता है. इससे इस क्षेत्र की पोर्ट कनेक्टिविटी प्रभावित होती है. मैसूरू कुशलनगर हाईवे के चौड़ीकरण से ये समस्या भी दूर हो जाएगी. अच्छी कनेक्टिविटी के चलते इस क्षेत्र में इंडस्ट्री का भी विस्तार बहुत तेजी से होगा.
ನಾವು ನೋಡುತ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಳೆಗಾಲದ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಶ್ಚಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಕುಸಿತದ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮಂಗಳೂರು ರಸ್ತೆ ಆಗಾಗ ಬಂದ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರಿನ ಜೊತೆಗಿನ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಈ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮೈಸೂರು ಕುಶಾಲನಗರದ ಹೈವೇಯ ಅಗಲೀಕರಣ ಈ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನ ದೂರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಯ ವಿಸ್ತಾರವು ಬಹಳ ವೇಗವನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತದೆ.
साल 2014 से पहले कांग्रेस की जो सरकार केंद्र में थी और मिलीजुली सरकार थी, भांति भांति लोगों के समर्थन से चल रही थी, उसने गरीब आदमी को, गरीब परिवारों को तबाह करने में कोई कसर बाकी नहीं छोड़ी थी. जो पैसा गरीब के विकास के लिए था, उसका हजारों करोड़ रुपए कांग्रेस की सरकार ने लूट लिया था. कांग्रेस को कभी गरीब के दुख दर्द से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा है.
2014 ಮೊದಲಿನ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಬಡವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಸಂವೇದನೆಯನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಡವರ ದುಃಖ ನೋವುಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ವಿಕಾಸಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬಡವರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಲೂಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದವು.
2014 में जब आपने मुझे वोट देकर के सेवा का मौका दिया तो देश में गरीब की सरकार बनी. गरीब का दुख दर्द समझने वाली संवेदनशील सरकार बनी. इसके बाद भाजपा की केंद्र सरकार ने पूरी ईमानदारी से गरीब की सेवा करने का प्रयास किया. गरीब के जीवन से मुश्किल कम करने का लगातार प्रयास किया.
2014ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮತವನ್ನು ನೀಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನನಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ರಿ. ಆಗ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಬಡವರ ಪರವಾದಂತಹ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂತು. ಬಡವರ ದುಃಖ ನೋವುಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಸಂವೇದನಾಶೀಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂತು. ಇದರ ನಂತರ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬಡವರ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಡವರ ಜೀವನದ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ದೂರ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
गरीब के पास पक्का घर हो, गरीब के घर में नल से जल आए, उज्ज्वला का गैस कनेक्शन हो, बिजली कनेक्शन हो, गांव तक सड़कें बने, अस्पताल बने, इलाज की चिंता कम हो, इसे भाजपा की सरकार ने सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता दी है।
ಗರೀಬ್ ಬಡವನಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಮನೆಗೆ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅವನ ಬಳಿ ಉಜ್ವಲಾದ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ತಿನ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಿಗೆ ರಸ್ತೆ ಬೇಕು, ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗಳು ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅವರ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಯ ಚಿಂತೆ ದೂರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್ವೋಚ್ಚವಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕತೆಯನ್ನ ಆದ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಿದೆ.
बीते 9 वर्षों में भाजपा सरकार की योजनाओं से करोड़ों गरीबों का जीवन आसान हुआ है। कांग्रेस के समय में गरीब को सुविधाओं के लिए सरकार के पास चक्कर लगाने पड़ते थे। अब भाजपा की सरकार गरीब के पास जाकर उसे सुविधाएं दे रही है। जो लोग अब भी भाजपा सरकार की योजनाओं के लाभ से वंचित है, उन तक भी अभियान चला करके पहुंचा जा रहा है।
ಕಳೆದ 9 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ಕೋಟಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಬಡವರ ಜೀವನವನ್ನ ಸುಧಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡವ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸುತ್ತಾಟವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಡವನ ಮನೆ ಬಾಗಿಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಲುಪಿಸುವಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳ ಲಾಭ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲವೋ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಈ ಅಭಿಯಾನದ ಮೂಲಕ ತಲುಪಿಸಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ.
भाजपा सरकार ने हमेशा समस्याओं के स्थायी समाधान को महत्व दिया। पिछले 9 वर्षों में देश में 3 करोड़ से अधिक गरीबों के घर बने हैं, जिसमें से लाखों घर ये हमारे कर्नाटका में भी बने हैं। जल जीवन मिशन के तहत कर्नाटका में लगभग 40 लाख नए परिवारों को नल से जल मिला है।
ಭಾಜಪಾ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವತ್ತಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳ ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಪರಿಹಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದೆ. ಕಳೆದ 9 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ 9 ಕೋಟಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಅಧಿಕ ಬಡವರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಮನೆಗಳು ಈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಜಲ ಜೀವನ್ ಮಿಷನ್ನ ಮೂಲಕ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ 40 ಲಕ್ಷ ಹೊಸ ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೆ ನಳ್ಳಿಯ ನೀರನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
हमारे देश में दशकों से सिंचाई के जो प्रोजेक्ट लटके थे वो भी तेजी से पूरे कर रहे हैं. इस साल बजट में केंद्र सरकार ने अपर भद्रा प्रोजेक्ट को 5,300 करोड़ रुपए देने की घोषणा की है. इससे भी कर्नाटका के एक बड़े हिस्से में सिंचाई से जुड़ी समस्याओं का स्थायी समाधान होने वाला है.
ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ದಶಕಗಳ ಕಾಲ ನೀರಾವರಿಯ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ನೇತಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರುತ್ತವೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವೇಗವನ್ನ ಕೊಡುವ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಈ ಬಾರಿಯ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭದ್ರಾ ಮೇಲ್ದಂಡೆ ಯೋಜನೆಗೆ 5,300 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಬಹುದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಾವರಿಯ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗೆ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದಂತಹ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಸಿಗಲಿದೆ.
किसानों की छोटी छोटी समस्याओं को दूर करके भी भाजपा सरकार उनकी चिंता का स्थायी समाधान कर रही है. पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के तहत कर्नाटका के किसानों के बैंक खातों में 12,000 करोड़ रुपए सीधे ट्रांसफर किए गए हैं. यहां मंडिया के भी 3.25 लाख किसानों के बैंक खातों में 600 करोड़ रुपए केंद्र की भाजपा सरकार ने भेजे हैं।
ರೈತರ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ದೂರ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಪರಿಹಾರದ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. PM ಕಿಸಾನ್ ಸಮ್ಮಾನ್ ನಿಧಿಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ರೈತರ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಖಾತೆಗಳಿಗೆ 12,000 ಕೋಟಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಅಧಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಹಣ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಖಾತೆಗೆ ಜಮೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಮಂಡ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ 3.25 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೈತರ ಖಾತೆಗಳಿಗೆ 600 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಅಧಿಕ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನೀಡಿದೆ.
भाजपा की कर्नाटक की सरकार का एक और बात के लिए भी प्रशंसा करूंगा। PM किसान सम्मान निधि में केंद्र सरकार जो 6,000 रुपया भेजती है, कर्नाटका सरकार उसमें 4,000 रुपया और जोड़ देती है। यानी डबल इंजन सरकार में किसानों को डबल लाभ हो रहा है।